Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. Big match last night. Highway robbery taking place last night. Man, boy, oh boy, did it really hurt, man. Last night really hurt. I think that's it. We still have a chance in this World Cup qualifiers, guys. Does the Reggae Boys still have a chance to qualify for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar? It's going to be tough. A lot of things are going to have to go our way. Right? It's going to be really, really, really tough. And Bobby D. Cordova-Reid and the referee last night did not do us any favors at all. They did not do us any favors at all, man. It's so painful to see that we had the 3 points and it was just snatched from us. It's really, 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 it's not an easy thing to process, right? It's not an easy thing to process at all. Not an easy thing to process at all. Guys, but we're just gonna be basically breaking down, what we saw in last night's game, right? Running through some of the action. I'm gonna drop the link in the comment section as well, as per usual, so you guys can jump on and we can talk some ball whenever you guys want. There you go. Link dropped. So now we're gonna pin link. There you go. Link drop, link pinned. Right? It wasn't a bad game from the Reggae Boys, to be honest with you. Would we like to see better performances? Absolutely. It wasn't the best performance, but we also have to bear in mind the level of opposition we were playing. America, in my opinion, is the top dog in CONCACAF right now. Not the strongest American team, but certainly not the weakest either. They did have, yes, there are some key players missing. Dest was one. McKinney was one. Pulisic didn't start, came off the bench. Even if he did start, though, I think Javian Brown would have held his own. He stood up well, right? Who else didn't play? Gio Reyna was not available either, right? So it's not the strongest American team, but it's certainly a tough American team, and on paper a team that would have been better than ours, right? I think the boys held their own. I think Mikel Antonio had a huge part to play in that, man. Honestly, if Mikel Antonio did not play this round of fixtures, trust me, man, I don't think we probably would have gotten nothing from this round of fixtures if Mikel Antonio didn't feature. Can you imagine what would have taken place the last round of fixtures if Mikel Antonio was present for the Reggae Boys? Can you imagine what would have taken place? Trust me, man, Mikel's impact in this round. Yes, he didn't play a lot in the El Salvador game, but especially in the America game, when you see how the team played, right? He was a focal point, and everything going forward was revolving around Mikel Antonio. His work ethic was phenomenal in this football game, right? And trust me, man, it's a pity we're only going to see this. More than likely, we're going to see him only for one World Cup qualifying cycle. Another thing that we have to discuss as well, we hear that Tappa decision coming up later tonight, right? Tappa Whitmore, I'm not saying he will be, I don't know, but we are hearing that a decision will be made tonight. Now, man, common sense will tell you that they must sack Tappa. There is no way Rudolph Speed and his technical committee could, could not recommend that. I don't know exactly how the process works, if it is a recommendation that they make. Common sense tells me that the final decision cannot be with them, right, with the technical committee. But whatever takes, I don't know if it's a recommendation that takes place and then the JFF has the final decision, but there's no way they can arrive at the conclusion that Tappa should stay on. There is no way they can arrive at that conclusion. By the way, guys, smash the like button, guys. Free and easy way to support the channel. There is no way they can arrive at that conclusion. There's only one conclusion can be made, Only one conclusion can be drawn, right? Only one. Only one conclusion, and that is that Theodore Tappa Whitmore has been poor. He has been absolutely dreadful, right? Christopher Zidane Matthews, I was watching a video with him, right? Where he was saying that Tappa Whitmore's footballing, how did he frame it? Basically, that he's not a bright footballing mind. That's basically how he framed it. That he is not a bright footballing mind. And I agree 100%. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My bad. Yeah, I mean, he basically summed it up brilliantly. He's not a bright footballing mind. And honestly, I think he's a poor footballing mind. Right? I don't know if it's a lack of knowledge. I don't know if it's a lack of critical, analytical thinking skills. I don't know if it's a lack of problem solving. I don't think it does have a little bit to do with man management as well, right? Or the lack thereof. But honestly, man, you would think that the decision will be made to rid Reggae Boys fans of the misery called Theodore Tappa Whitmore. And that's no offense to the legend, We still respect the legend. We still hold him in very high regard. But, man, he has just grossly underperformed, man. Grossly underperformed. Man of Steel. How go on, boss?
Yo, I'm there, bro. Brother. So I'm telling you, Tappa is a boaty, brother. You know, believe me, I'm telling you, the money is a boaty in the formula. I'm telling you, the Tappa is a boaty, brother. The money is a boaty, brother. Brother. The man I move like one of them man, the umbrella, where them send got infiltrate some organization, brother. The man is a brother. The man is a boaty, brother.
Yes, the man a secret spy.
The man is a professional.
I'm not trying to undermine.
Brother, in a which football world, bro? You got bench Ravel Morris now, start Lamar Walker, brother.
Yeah,
the man is a boaty, brother. Yo, the man needs to go, bro.
A real talk, man. The man makes some decisions where just defy common sense. Like, bro, the man just do some things that just not even add up.
The man, me don't know what the man a meds, brother. Yo, me don't know, brother. Me hear Simon person on him show last night. I say, him talk to Tappa tell him say, him have plans for a camp in December. Brother, must have a park camp to make a train for be a soldier, brother.
What kind of camp?
The man are friendly. The man a boaty, brother.
Joke this man, Virgin. No. So how him talk about plans and like him can see in the foreseeable future.
Formula. Half decent coach, brother.
Tappa?
No, I tell you, half decent coach.
Oh.
Would have make we get better result. Would have
yeah.
Brother,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. Them blame Bobby Reed. Tappa for the blame, brother. Cause the youth shouldn't be on the field in the first place. To miss that. Come like it. Brother, the man is a boaty, I'm not stop telling you, the man is a boaty, brother. The man like them send the man to come mash up the tick, brother. The man is a spy, brother. The man is a spy, brother.
Yo, honestly, Brian, there's a time I made a pushback against that. And when I said, boy, me couldn't style the national head coach. So, but honestly, man, the man just do some things that just come on, just baffles the mind. Just absolutely baffles the mind. Like, make common sense, add up. It like you can't wrap your brain around it, man. Right? So Lamar Walker has only played 10 minutes, about 10 or so minutes of the World Cup qualifiers, right? Never started, only made one substitute appearance, if I'm not mistaken, against Costa Rica, right? He was dropped for the last round of fixtures, never met the side any at all, right? He was brought back for this round of fixtures, right? The man never played, not even a minute down at El Salvador, not even a single minute down at El Salvador man playing. All of a sudden, in the biggest game of the Reggae Boys campaign thus far, Theodore Tappa Whitmore decide to start Lamar Walker. Decide to give him the youth him first start. Him never even say make him wet him feet little and give him a 10-minute run out against El Salvador if him did plan to start the baller in the US game, Yo, the man do some things that just honestly, man, you can't wrap your head around it. Him start Javian Brown last night in a last night's game, right? How you start a baller so there are 2 matches in this round of fixtures, right? You start a baller in one of the matches in the round. See? Yeah, man. And then welcome DJ Arbis.
Wagwan, man. Good.
Yeah, man. So you start Javian Brown in one of the 2 games in the rounds. Seen? And then now you did leave him out of the squad initially. And I know like say him replace a right back. Him add to the right back them where you did already have.
Bro, you see what they say, the man is a come like it for me. Just tell yourself, so the man is a boaty, brother. The man I play the 2 side them, brother. The man is a boaty, bro. The man is a big boaty, brother. The man, the things the man do, the man defy logic. Yo, yeah. The man, brother, the man, yo, me not understand the man do, brother. The man they play them and play them with a position, or he might be good one on the bench, brother. How you explain the man start Aka over Anthony Grant for you? Anthony Grant has been the best CDM in a long while, brother.
Granted, Aka not fit in the side none tall, Brian.
Granted, me rate Grant, bro. Me not so fond of Grant, but
why?
Me just because, yeah, bro, because I just think say football like a back way, brother. If I go for a man at 30 to come play food, bro. But even though I'm not a fan of him, I can't see the man play good and then say, yo, he might play bad. The man has been playing well, bro. Even though I'm not his favorite, he's not my favorite player. I'm a fan of him, but he's been doing good. So you can't have a man who has been doing good. You can't tell me say I tired him, I got tired because that be someone not playing a ball for him club. You don't know the position in our club already. Yeah. And the man make the sacrifice and come and you have the man on the bench, bro. And the man and there is a wide gap between him and the person where you start, brother. And the best midfield combination will have the man and Speedy, brother. And you have Speedy on the field. Can't get the time to use the ball time if you run up and down and do acca work and teamwork, brother.
Yeah.
I'm a boaty, brother. A boaty thing the man do with, bro. Man a boaty, bro. The man clueless. The man, yo, I can tell you this. You see, if Antonio probably never scored a goal in El Salvador, probably move to start the man now, China, brother. I'm telling you now, such a man, the man, brother.
Yeah, real talk, man.
The man, bro, the man. I don't know, brother. Between him and the JFF, I don't know which one of them more incompetent, brother. I don't know which one of them more. I don't know if them incompetent to hire him or him incompetent Fit up, do the crap them with the man. Yo, the man gone, brother. The man gone. Brother, all right. You have Maggie in our side. See him? Look at have Maggie in our squad. You say you want to build a chemistry in our team. See him? You have Maggie in our team. I think Maggie played a game in the last round and play one match in the last round. Yeah, man, he play one
last round.
He didn't play one match, man. He play one match.
No,
right, no, he played a match. But him dead in our team.
Yeah, he started the first game against USA.
Yes, he started that game. True.
Yeah. So him in our team might be the virus more like chemistry the man them. All right. Next round come now. You just dash for the man and go for Lamar Walker, brother. Out of the blue, so. And remember, so when them go USA game, I think them be short a player or something, you know. And Lamar Walker, they be America, brother. When man could just jump on a bus and reach at the match. And you know, invite the man in the squad, brother. You know what I say? You know, invite the man in the squad. So now you just come here, dash Maggie and bring in Lamar Walker. And Lamar Walker come start, brother. And Maggie is arguably a better player than Lamar Walker, bro. And even on the side that him could start. You just go for Lamar Walker, come give him a start, so brother. You get me, I say? You have Javon East in our team. For the war, brother. We want Javon East. So when you have, for one, if you can bring on a striker, you have Roof, Nicholson, and Burke.
Gray.
You have Roof, Nicholson, and Burke.
And Gray as well, but Gray was injured.
All right, Gray out. So I'm not counting Gray. All right. So you don't need East. If you can bring on a winger, based on what I see you do, you either can bring on Junior Fleming or you can bring on Corey Burke to play a wing, brother. Thus, there is no need of Javon East in our team, brother. You get what I say? There is no need. Then, I see the man come back again. Him don't select Dylan Barnes. It's Dylan Barnes injured. Although, as I tell you, from day one, I never found that Dylan Barnes either. I never think him merit a selection in our squad. Because him not playing a ball for about 2 years, him not playing a competitive football. Even him
at the second best we have, though, you have to agree, right?
Yeah,
now,
all right. Yeah, they have Dennis Taylor in our team. Then Dennis Taylor played one game against Serbia and did fairly well. Now we can't do well. All right, they dropped the youth out of the squad because you say Jaden White play in a recent time and in a better form, which is a fair point. All right, so you take out Barnes. No, you take out Dennis Taylor and bring in Jaden White. All right, fair enough. Now Dylan Barnes injured. Naturally, your next selection would have to be the keeper who you take out kind of unfairly, for a better term. Who played recently and did well, bro. Bro, the man ignore the youth and go for Dwayne Miller, brother. Who not playing a club football from league game from 2014, brother.
Yeah.
You get what I said?
Yeah.
Last time, brother, Dwayne Miller don't even have a club in the man youth.
Yeah. Then that's why I'm here, so them bring him on the trip, man.
Not even have a club, brother. And for sure you, all right.
Forget him signed.
Why is it that they need a national team selection team club signing, brother? I think in 2012 or whatever, you know, the man get goalkeeper of the season for that club there, you know. So if it is
he's on the older side, you know, and from what I understand, we soon rope in DJ Arbits, but from what I understand, Barnes has not Barnes rather, Miller has been let go a couple of times and re-signed by the same club, you know.
Him let go, brother. Miller can run up and down. Miller do 2 ACL knee surgery, you know, brother. All right. You see me, I say, bro. So when you do them thing, you know, the man them a break the youth, them, brother. The man them a break the, because you see, you push out Dylan Barnes now. Not Dylan Barnes. You push out Dennis Taylor now for no really reason, brother. You get me, I say? You push out Jelly for no really reason, brother. And then bring in the next man. And then you push out the youth, bro. The man a both the family. The man a both the brother. That's all I'm gonna say. Yo, General, get a talk.
Yeah, man. Welcome, DJ Arbis. I think it's the first time you have jumped onto the panel.
Yeah, man. Yeah, been on Ryan's a few times and Talawa. So yeah, man. First time on this, man. Respect for letting me come on.
You have a channel as well, though.
Yeah. It's a Man United channel, Trafford Tunnel.
Yeah, Man United fans. Go over there and support. What's the name?
Yeah, man. So
What's the
yeah,
name of
man.
the channel? What's the
Oh,
name of the channel?
Trafford Tunnel. Trafford Tunnel.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, man. So you know what? Just answering, not even answering, but just saying that we're playing wingers like Junior Flemings and Corey Burke, and Jamal Lowe has been smashing it for Bournemouth since he's come in the side. How come he's not even part of the squad this time? That don't make sense. But what I really wanted to talk about was a lot of people saying that if there was VAR decision, they would have overturned for the goal yesterday. But if there was VAR, we would have been down to 10 men because Javane Brown should have had a second yellow card when he took down, I think, Anthony Robinson. And the reason why is because Robinson kept on cutting inside every time and was just running through. And you know what the main reason why? It's because Haka just had he was just fatigued the whole game.
Yeah.
Couldn't move. He couldn't move, and he was offering no service. And you see, the Americans, they exploited that, and they just allowed Javon Brown to just be isolated for the majority of the second half, and he got cut out a few times, and was pretty lucky that we didn't go down to 10 men a lot earlier in that second half. But yeah, some of Tappa selections, man, it's really cost us, especially these last two games, and 7 points now, man. I don't know, man. What are you thinking? You think there's still a chance, or?
That result yesterday in Panama didn't help us. It really didn't. Panama keep on coming back in games, man.
They got 12th, man. Their fans are.
Yeah.
12th, man.
I think it's. I mean, I don't. People always accuse me of being too negative. I don't want to spread doom and gloom, but really and truly, I do not hold out much hope for us getting to Qatar. Honestly, I don't. I don't see how it's possible.
Do you know what? That's sad you say that, because if you think about it, it's kind of our golden generation. And in 4 years' time, do you think we're gonna have a good enough squad like we've got now?
4 years ago we didn't think we'd have as good a squad as we do now. The thing about it is the players keep popping up in England.
Yeah.
Right, and the vloggers. I mean, even we have a lot of Jamaicans in youth academies all across England. You sound like a man from that side of the world, so you have an understanding. I mean, it all boils down to whether or not the JFF can recruit, can scout properly, one, and two, recruit properly. But then again, we are talking about the JFF here. I think it's entirely possible that next time around we could put together a good squad. But then again, there's the whole issue of this team that is just thrown together 2 weeks before the World Cup qualification starts. It's unacceptable and it's ridiculous, right? You have other teams like El Salvador. I was interviewing the scout for the El Salvador national team the other day, and he was just talking about how really and truly this El Salvador team is not being built for the Qatar World Cup. It is being built really and truly for 2026. So even players that are good enough now to make the El Salvador team, if based on the age they realize that more than likely those players won't be around 4 years from now, even though on merit they can make this team, they squeeze them out because they are building for 2026. We don't build for anything. We just throw together a side 2 weeks before, and it is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable, man. It's unacceptable.
It's crazy to think that this situation has. I mean, yesterday was a 24-year anniversary. I never would have thought I would have reached to my age now, and seeing Jamaica not even getting anywhere close to qualifying. We've not even come close. I think this is only the third campaign in the last 6 that we've got to the last group stages. We don't even make the second round sometimes.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a lack of structure from behind the scenes, and it's a shame, man. One more thing I want to get over. Bobby Reid, man. What's happened to Bobby Reid? You know what? Last season for Fulham, he had a great season. Good start to the season. He was scoring goals. He was assisting up and down the wing, even playing wing back when Scott Parker changed the formation. He brought in that Caballero and a few other players. He added that Anthony Robinson who played last night for the US, and he changed the system. And I feel like it hindered him a touch because he started to fatigue near to the end of the season. But when it came to the Gold Cup, I thought, all right, cool. He's fresh. He's ready to go. Started off sick goal. Yeah, goal of the tournament. And I'm thinking, all right, cool. That performance wasn't too bad. It wasn't a great team performance, but I thought Reed's performance that game was all right. And I'm thinking, all right, kick on. But then again, he got COVID. So that kept him back a touch. But since then, since he's had COVID, obviously he came back for the USA game, missed a golden opportunity. His play, though, I've just noticed it. I'm watching it for Fulham, the last 2 games, even the last round. He's just been non-existent. I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I don't know if he's not fit. But it's a serious problem, man. Because obviously that chance he missed yesterday, like, you expect anyone to score that. But
yeah,
I don't know what's happening to him, man. And his performances are they're just I don't know, man. It's just getting worse every game, I feel.
yeah. I agree. You know, I always say that I don't really blame attacking players for not doing well under Theodore Tappa Whitmore. So I never really gave Barbary too much stick, to be honest with you. But with that being said, missing sitters, and it's not the first time that Barbary has missed a sitter that has cost the national team dearly. You know, missing sitters, you know, I mean, allowing the Weah to get in front of you on that particular play that led to the goal. I mean, for starters, I don't know what the hell how Barbary end up there, right?
Yeah.
Covering for Damian Lowe, but fine, he's there, right? Thank God, because Damian Lowe was dragged out of position. Somebody needed to provide that coverage, right? And I mean, Weah just went around him.
Yeah,
Right? It's like Weah was this is Reed, Weah was behind him, and then Weah just poofed, disappeared, and just poofed, reappeared in front of Bobby Reed. It was ridiculous.
The maddest thing is, though, the way he tried to shift the ball out, it was like, bro, you still had another 6 or 7 yards before you get to the touchline. So I don't know why he was trying to shield himself out. As soon as he got to the ball, should have just cleared it out for a corner or clear it out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
Simple as, man. But I that's what I'm saying. His head, I don't know what's happened to him, because even playing for Fulham, these are the kind of mistakes that he's been making recently, and he's just looking like a shadow of the player that he was last season.
Yeah, man. And you know, I'm actually a fan of the player. I like the player as a player. I think he's a good player, but I've even said it. He needs to be relegated to the bench. Honestly, you know, it wouldn't even hurt me if I don't see him in the next round of fixtures unless his form picks up. Because honestly, he has been really, 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 really poor, man. Another issue that you wanted to say something?
No, I said, you know what? It was a shame that Jamal Lowe wasn't there last night, because I feel like he could have started over Reed, and he would have given us a little bit more in that final third. It would have been more of a link up, getting closer to Antonio, because I feel like Bailey was a bit of a distance away from him at times, and I see him and Reed are kind of like rotating at times, but it didn't work last night for some reason.
Man, Bailey is another one where I forget beat, man, because Bailey was just exceptionally poor. Like, honestly, I stopped giving Leon Bailey excuses last night, because there's no excuse for what took place with Bailey yesterday. He was not being double teamed, right? He saw a fair amount of action, right, in not only our attacking half but our attacking third as well, right? And yo, Virgin, the man, you'd never believe, if you said to somebody that this is a starting English Premier League player, a player who in the Bundesliga was one of the best wingers in a top 5 league in Europe, you would never believe that this player had 17 goal contributions in the Bundesliga last season. And I mean, he never even finished the season. Finished the season a couple games short because he had a bit of an issue. But you never believe this is a top player not get nominated for Bundesliga team of the season. The man just look like utter garbage for the national team, man.
You know
Jeez.
what? A lot of things what annoys me about Bailey is like he seems to do the hard things easy, but the easy things hard. So there's so many times I've seen him he can get himself out of tight situations. Just make the simple pass, spread the ball out wide. The man is trying to look for a 30-yard pass, and I'm like, so many times yesterday there was openings where we could have hit them on the counter, and Bailey's just stifled about 4 or 5 attacks. I don't know if it's because he's playing at home. He's trying to look like the big man sort of thing. So he's overdoing things. I don't know if it's that. But then again, I watched the game for Southampton against Southampton the other day. His first start for Villa, and he was just quiet. He was non-existent. He didn't know whether to track back, go forward. He was poor on the ball. Delivery wasn't quite up to scratch. I don't know if it's an injury thing. Obviously, coming back from a little while out, he's just trying to find his feet. But there's no excuse for not making like decent final passes.
Yeah. I mean, yo, man, words cannot even explain how poor Bailey was, man. Honestly, words cannot even explain it, man. It baffles the best thing I can come up with, guys, is that Bailey is a farm player. He needs a couple of games to get going. Because even when you noticed at Bayer Leverkusen, he never ever really started the season strongly. It always took him a couple of games to get going. With the national team, you don't have that luxury. You have to hit the ground running, right? That's the best I can tell anybody to explain why Bailey. I mean, look, I could understand in the El Salvador game because I did see like it was there trying to come out of Bailey in the El Salvador game in terms of you could see the glimpses that there was something there. But then, the double team, the triple team at times, Tappa wouldn't even make Fisher overlap, to draw one of the players off of Bailey down the right. And so I gave him a pass where that game was concerned. But in yesterday's game, Bailey could not be double teamed because Antonio would be on the pitch as well. So it wouldn't be wise to, I mean, which one would you double team first of all? Second of all, you can't double team both. That would be insane and leave too much space on the park for other players. Plus, the man had a lot of room to operate in.
Yeah.
A lot of room.
And do you know what as well? There's no excuse as well because the last few games we've not had fullbacks to overlap. Obviously with Taylor, we've used Powell a few times, and Fisher as well. Like you said, wasn't overlapping at the week on Friday's game. But last night we saw, Brown, and we saw Greg Lee when he came on, just giving us energy on the flanks. So Bailey had no excuses last night to put a performance in, man. The space was there for him to operate. But like he said, man, just been poor, man. Like, supposed to be the golden boy, man, and it's not looking like that at the moment.
Yeah. By the way, I was looking on SofaScore and I see an injury thing beside Bailey, an injury sign beside Bailey. Like I would love for and that's a sad thing with Jamaica's football, man. I mean, if anything does happen up to now, I mean, is vloggers have to state the reason why Maruf had to leave early. Right, something like that. You should have had a press release stating that Roof has to go back home because apparently the player got injured. So, so I don't know what is taking place. I see that injury sign beside Leon Bailey. I don't know. On SofaScore, I don't know how credible that is or what is taking place where that is concerned, right? Yeah, Mikel Antonio. Yo, the general. Yo, people. Mikel Antonio is the man. Is he the best striker in CONCACAF? Both Man of Steel and DJ RBs.
Do you know what? He's up. Jimenez, I still think I'd have Jimenez just over because he's been doing it for a longevity. But do you know what I mean? Credits to Antonio, man. The guy was a right back 4 years ago, playing right wing, left wing, and now he got his chance after COVID playing up front for West Ham. And if I'm not lying, I think he's top 5 in the Premier League since COVID returned for goal contributions. I know he's number 2 this season behind Mo Salah in the league, but since COVID's come back in the Premier League, he's top 5 strikers in the Premier League, up there with Harry Kane, Vardy, Salah. Do you know what I mean? Rashford.
Yeah.
Like, listen, man, this guy's on fire right now, man. And it's just a shame that he's only started 2 games in 7.
Formula, you hear me?
Yeah, man, loud and clear.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's a shame he's only started 2 games in 7, man. You really have to look at that, decisions like that, and say, Tappa, man, you got such a quality striker like that, and do you know what I mean? You've just been messing about, man. Just get him on the pitch, man. You see what he does. He delivers. He's on fire at the moment, man. There's nothing more I can really say about him, man. I'm just happy to see his progress, and fingers crossed he stays fit for the season, man, because we know what his injury record's been like in the past. But yeah, man. And the thing is, my dad's a West Ham fan, so my dad's loving this even more right now, man. Yeah.
He's supposed to be over the moon, man. It's a pity he can't get a Jamaica Mikel Antonio kit.
Yeah, man. I'll have to get
the
him
name on the back of it.
Yeah, man.
Big up Prima, big up Prima. Jonathan David, who you think is better, Antonio or David?
Yeah, there's David.
Yeah, you forget the Canadian to Jonathan David. Because he's burning up League One right now. For and defending French champion as well. So European title winning top 5 league pedigree.
He's doing his thing. I can't deny that, man. I still have to say Jimenez, because last 3-4 seasons, man, before he had his accident, he's been unstoppable in the Premier League.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of the hardest leagues to come and score in, and he's been doing it consistently. And obviously now he's starting to find his feet again. Might take him a little longer to get back to where he was, though. But I still think he's the number 1 striker in CONCACAF. But listen,
and then who after that? Antonio or David?
Current form, yeah. I'm saying Antonio, innit? But obviously, David's doing his thing, innit? He's scoring, innit? But I don't think he can do what Antonio can do, man. Muscle, like getting behind, be the vocal point. Like, I feel like everyone is scared of Antonio now in CONCACAF. Every defender is going to be scared to go up against him now.
They're going to start double teaming him.
Yeah.
Play on open.
Yeah.
I think they started it in the US game, There were plays where Antonio had, 2 Americans quickly on him.
That's right, yeah. And even so with the Panama game as well. But I think it was just the way we were set up, which allowed that to happen. I think if we were set up a little bit better, kind of how we were last night, that doesn't happen. But it's just a shame, man. He started 2 games in 7. He should have started every game. I don't care what David Moyes has to say. Like, he has to play every game. We need him now, innit? Like, we've got to win every game now to go through. For me, he has to play every 90 minutes, every game, man. Sorry, West Ham, man. I know, like, right now, this is their season. They're challenging on the forefront. Like, they're looking like they could be challenging for the Premier League title. They're going for Europa League as well. They're still in the League Cup. But listen, we need to try and qualify, man. And you know what I mean? While it's mathematically possible, Antonio has to start every game. And for me, like, it's like him and Jimenez for being the best strikers in CONCACAF.
By the way, you know that West Ham's owner apparently sent a private jet to pick up Mikel Antonio. They deal with Mikel Antonio like he's a baby. Like, they're just carefully nurturing this player, man. They don't want to fly to pitch on this player. It's crazy, man.
I can understand it, because obviously they spent a lot of money on Haller. And, you know what I mean, he ended up being kind of a flop. And now he's gone to Ajax and he's doing bits in Ajax, man. But I feel like now, because obviously he's the only striker they've got, isn't it? So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
he go down, they're probably going to use Jared Bowen or Vlasic, and like the level of them two compared to Antonio, it's a massive drop off. But
Yeah, man, got you.
yeah, no, that's it, man.
Yeah, because I mean, one, he's West Ham's only striker, and two, he is such an important piece to the puzzle. I mean, the other day, I don't remember who West Ham played and they beat them 3-0 Villa, Aston Villa. We're doing the watch along over here, Bailey versus Antonio.
Yeah.
And even though he had no goals or assists in the game, all 3 goals, he was it was brilliance on his part in the build-up that facilitated those 3 goals being scored. He's a very, very, very important player for them. Very important.
As well, that happened for the Liverpool game. He didn't score, didn't assist, but he was part of 2 of the goals, 2 out of the 3 goals. You could even say he was part for the first goal, really, as well, wasn't it? He got himself in the box and was making himself known and gave a presence. But you know what I mean? Like he puts a shift in a half, man, and just his work rate as well off the ball, man, scary, bruv, man. Like defenders like Van Dijk were backing up of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, man? Like right now, bruv, like it's just a shame. Like I'm gonna keep saying it's a shame. He's only started 2 out of the 7 games. You know, like how Gareth Bale was doing for Wales a couple of years ago when he took them to the Euros. Every game, you know what I mean? He's scoring. He was coming up with the goods. I feel like that could be Antonio for us. I thought it would be Bailey, but he's been disappointing. But Antonio, man, he's a beast right now, man.
Beast, man. He's a blessing to our program, man. He's an absolute beast. If we end up getting to Qatar, which I highly doubt, but if we do, he is going to more than likely be the main reason. He's going to lift this team on his back, man.
Yeah, for
because
real.
With a bit more luck, he could have won us the El Salvador game and the US game single-handedly.
Even the Costa Rica game is the only game that I've missed in the qualifying campaign so far. But I watched back the highlights and the chance Javon East missed, and there was a few other chances as well. You're just looking at that and you're thinking if Antonio was there, man. It's lunchtime, man. Lunch, dinner, everything.
Yeah, man. A meal.
Man.
Meal, trust me.
I'm telling you, man. Even the Canada game as well. I think Ruth had a couple of chances in that game, and I think if he was just there, man, his presence would have just given us a little bit more. But it's just that comes down to the coaching, innit?
That's a key word, That's a key word, His presence when he's on the pitch, it's like his presence is just known. Like you can have a player play good, right, and not necessarily have that impact where their presence is concerned. Like Mikel's presence is like when he's on the pitch, everything is revolving around him, like he's just in the middle of everything. Like it's amazing. Everything good in last night's game. Mikel Antonio was in the middle of it. Shavan, we have heard from a channel come blast now, Shavan.
I mean, there's always by 8 o'clock tonight still.
Virgin.
Shavan.
Yeah, welcome.
Brother, wishful thinking that brother don't know come out of the meeting there.
Yeah, I know, but
sack him, man. I think them are gonna sack him.
No, come on. Who when them sack him? Who them are gonna hire?
Wendell Downswell, man.
Yo,
Pamela, I just really one thing we want to say from yesterday, but you be there. Come not even get to watch the full match. Come be there have a meeting late last night. So I couldn't even get to watch the match for tell you. But I see the chance where something they kick we do. I remember me that tell you say I don't believe say he's supposed to play because he not performed since he scored a goal there.
Yo, Shaban, we can tell you it's funny enough, You see Wendell Downswell, and people might laugh, brother. Wendell Downswell are the only coach in Jamaica for qualify 3 teams to a World Cup now.
Brother, I don't want to
270
coach.
pounds under
Brother,
20.
all right. It's a base
It
off of the
must be a
history.
better option. I'm not for Wendell Downswell, but it must be a better option
All
than
right.
Tappa.
Honestly, you see, based on because I've been watching all the different YouTube shows, the YouTube channels, and based off of all of the persons who have been in Jamaican football for the past decade or more, I think all of them have the same mindset. So when them going at the games, I don't think nothing going to change. So I think we need an overseas coach. We need a coach who doesn't know any of the players, who don't have no relationship with none of the players, because there's no reason in the world. God couldn't tell me, Jesus couldn't tell me why Aka start and why Lamar Walker start. I don't care what nobody wants to say. There was no reasoning to those two players starting yesterday. You saw quick Aka get a yellow card for nothing at all. And that a personal feelings I carry because Anthony Grant went to Whitmore at halftime in the last game and said to him, say, brother, it now go work with Aka. Nobody can tell me nothing why this man not play. Ravel come change the El Salvador game and Ravel no start. Tell me now, isn't that personal feelings? Me not care when I talk about you play good, me not give a brat, we no win. We no win. That's all me care about. We no win. We have a chance so far. Panama they now 7 points. Them thing them me talk about. Me not talk about the fact so we might play good, yeah, whatever it no matter. But them personal feelings they could avoid us losing. Because if we have Anthony Grant yesterday, the midfield are stronger. Brother, you see how the man basically have Jamaica like a cone. You saw the man run Bobby Reed like one cone. You know them look a cone the way have a training.
Yeah, man.
Them thing them me talk about and I say, yo, personal feelings, it cannot bring personal feelings when you do them thing there. Cause when you hear allegedly hearing reports of players saying that if the coach goes, them are go strike. All them thing they can't work with local football. Cause from yesterday, from see US scored the first goal yesterday, I'm bridging there beside of me, yo, you have to say, you see this? Me say it, a 7 points Panama gone. I think Panama gone yesterday until me see Antonio scored. And I say, yeah man, we start play. But then me I look on it and I say, yo, if we have a really creative player in the midfield, things would have be different. Because I hear people like us Leon. Leon never play good. But I mean, him not play good and the coach still play him. But
yeah,
that's my 2 cents so far. I mean, I'm proud. Well, I'm glad them play good yesterday. But I can't happy the Fox will still never win. I don't know how people satisfied with the Fox will still never win.
I don't think people are though. Go through DJ.
No, I said
No,
on
man,
Ryan's
people-
channel. I said, you know, Hacker, yeah, he's vice captain. You know, when you deep it, he's vice captain, and that's the reason why he's playing every game. I thought it was low. It's not. It's Hacker. That's his main guy, bro. That's one of his first names on the team sheet. It's Hacker. If he's not centre mid, he's gonna be playing centre back. I have no reason why, but
And he seems like he has to start DJ. It seems like he has to start him.
I don't know what kind of secret. I don't understand what kind of secret them have for him. But everybody know me, He's the man. Me will talk and me not care. Honestly, I'm fed up at this point because I'm sick and tired for carry Brazil alone at the World Cup. I'm sick and tired for carry Brazil alone at the World Cup. I want to carry my country. 98, me did born and them thing the year, but me never have no sense.
Yeah, man.
Me never have no sense same time. So I can't say, yo, as much as me even got the match where Jamaica qualify. And the only thing me remember about that match there, I couldn't find my father at one point in time. That's the only thing I remember. That's the only thing I remember about that match there. Because my father there beside me.
In the stadium and look for daddy.
No, my father there right beside me. I just can't see him. The way the place ram.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing my father literally, but you him stand up. You know when you sit down on the something, you literally can't see nobody because you're a little baby. That's the only thing me remember. Me not have no story for say, yo, I was there. No, me not have no story for say. But even remember how stadium feel, they look them time, they for sure, yeah. Me want to be able to tell a story there, and right now, me not say it not gonna happen. For the people that still have hope, go on a hope road. That not happen. Panama gone.
Yeah, Panama.
This
I
way,
think them gone. I think them gone.
Panama gone. People are talking about Mexico a slide. Yeah, Mexico slide stop right now, because Mexico now nobody else to play again difficult.
But Mexico slide from we are top.
Yeah, but Mexico now
we plan to close that the gap there.
Mexico now gone away. Mexico are gonna stay in the World Cup. Mexico is going to the World Cup. Mexico, US, Canada, and Panama, and them 14 they are good.
Yeah.
You remember when something there? I think who did say it before? I think Travis did say it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It wait until it reach too far before action is taken.
But it's too far right now.
Exactly.
Because I don't think Pep Guardiola can bring us to Qatar. I don't think that must do. I don't think Pep and Tuchel combined could have bring us to Qatar right now.
Nobody can carry go. Because we have to depend on Panama for lose, for drop points, and Panama play good.
Yeah.
Remember saying that? Alright, go on.
No man, go through.
Yeah, what me always look on previously to yesterday was that Panama is only 2 games ahead of us. And those 2 games can easily well be, we could get rid of them 2 games the easy by beating them and pray to either US, Mexico, or one of them teams that beat them. Right now, Panama the 3 games ahead of us. Me not say 3 teams beat Panama for the rest of the cycle. But those 3 teams beat Panama for the rest of the cycle. Because I don't think Canada go beat them. Honestly, I don't think Panama go beat them. Canada go beat them.
Where's that Canada taking place again?
I say, yo, it could have played Anthony Davis, Alphonso Davis backyard. Then beat Panama. Yo, you know see how Panama play?
Yeah, man, them play good, man. Them play even at the El Salvador game. Yo, the man them pepper El Salvador, man. Yo, I just you know you ever watch them all long time movie there when like they gun them all the big I remember what them call them line off on the wall and them just light it and them just go so.
Yeah, the man.
Panama look when them are playing them and they just a pepper El Salvador goal in a man.
Call up on Honduras, the Honduras match. Yo, kill me dead, them losing.
Yeah.
10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go and them come back, come score 3 goals.
You see, Panama, they've got their confidence from beating us. Once they beat us 3-0, they believe that they could beat anyone in CONCACAF. And now they're just going, they got mad spirit, man. They come back, was it the Honduras game the other day when they were 2-0 down?
Yeah.
I thought it was done. I thought it was done. Come back 3-2. Same like yesterday, 2-1.
No, but I watched the first half of that Panama El Salvador game, right? I had watched a bit of the second half as well, right? But honestly, at halftime, I said I can't take no more of this. Because I was sitting hoping and praying, that El Salvador could hold out. But you see the amount of pressure El Salvador came under, I said it's only a matter of time before. Them not even draw this game. It's only a matter of time. It's only because I tell you, man, El Salvador was hanging on by a piece of thread, man, up until halftime, man. It was crazy. Crazy. Yes, Sayan, Canon. That's the word I was looking for, man.
Yo, that was just...
They're a well-oiled machine, though, with a very good coach. That's the thing, Panama on paper doesn't have the 4th best team in CONCACAF,
No.
But the coach is a master tactician, man. Especially
in
CONCACAF.
I always hear people say this about some coaches, If you give a coach, people always bash Pep Guardiola. Say Pep have to play with certain players. I say it's not necessarily certain, because look on Zinchenko. Do you consider Zinchenko a big baller, a big baller?
To be fair though, he will look a little better around that much quality.
Yeah, but no, the part for me I try to say, when you have persons who understand the game, know how to play the game, know how to mentally go into players' heads. Remember, Zinchenko is not a left back, Zinchenko is an attacking midfielder,
It was even before when he was playing Fabian Delph at left back. And you have Delph looking like one of the best left backs in the league.
Those are the things. And look, Fabian Delph is not even fast, but most enough people cannot even dribble around him. It's just the mental capacity and how you encourage your players. I don't think Theodore, the only person I think Whitmore probably encourages probably Haka. And that's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke either. Because I've sat down and I've watched Damian Lowe play in Egypt, and Damian Lowe has actually played better in Egypt than he has played for Jamaica. Him control the ball, him control the game. When him play for Jamaica, it's like him just play a while. He must swing out. And just because of how the team are play, they under too much pressure. So you know, say
just frantic.
Exactly.
It's far too erratic, man.
Me think we need to change the coach. Me that honestly, me that really grateful for years say Whitmore. Me say man, if the want me donate $20 for LP off him salary, me donate it. Me no care. Whatever money they want, me donate it to them for them get rid of Whitmore.
Yes, all right. You guys think Whitmore is going tonight, starting with DJ? You think Whitmore is going to be fired tonight because there's a meeting 8 p.m. Jamaica time, you know, that will decide his fate? You think they will let him go?
Nah, man. Nah. Too much money on the line, man. We're not going to let him go. He'll be there to the end of the qualifiers.
Oh, God. Am I the only person on this set that thinks the JFF is not dumb enough to keep on Theodore Tappa Whitmore? Am I the only person? Anybody else thinks that Tappa will go tonight?
Me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So I'm not alone.
The fact that they keep a meeting.
Yeah.
The fact that they keep a meeting itself and they made it. And I don't know if somebody leak it or them themselves make it public.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that there is a meeting as well. I understand. I have already given up on the campaign.
Yeah.
So if persons believe that the JFF are going to go for a coach to make us salvage this campaign, that is not the case. I think they want to get somebody to see out through the qualifiers and then see exactly as to what happened. Because we need coaches for bringing in the UK. Because me a persons that talk about some of them player here last World Cup. The only two players we miss really and truly, whose last three are Grant, Mikel Antonio, and Ravel. Because even if Ravel they have the age, he can't play the next World Cup regardless, because he can't go to US.
Yo, that never occurred to me, you know.
That's what. Yeah, so
hopefully that situation can be rectified. We have 4 years to rectify, but knowing JFF.
That not gonna happen because we have a government when they care about football either. So just get that out of your head.
Yeah.
Get that out of your head. So those are the three players. I'm gonna count out Ravel first, and him are the youngest one who I call, just based off of the fact that we don't have no real leaders in our football. That's the main reason why.
Yo, but my boy, they are 27 to enough. I think he can go next World Cup. Well,
of course, 27. 4 years at you.
Remember Blake can go to, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
Nah, man, keepers can play till them are 40, man.
Who are 27, Brian?
Greg Lee.
Oh,
Greg Lee have a World Cup as well. Greg Lee can play.
Yeah, Greg Lee have another World Cup. The thing with Greg Lee do is him very injury prone, so I don't know if that will take a toll on his you know.
Wait, just a quick one. When's the next Gold Cup?
You know, I'm not so 100% sure.
I think for the next 2 years, man. I think either next year or the year after that.
The cycle is usually every 2 years, so it should be about a year and a half from now.
You reckon Haka will be part of that squad?
Hey, brother.
No, I'm being serious. 2 years' time, do you think Haka will be in that squad?
No, I don't think so, DJ.
If Whitmore are the coach. If Whitmore,
yeah, but I don't think Whitmore gonna survive so long, man. Them sure.
No, Whitmore contract up November, was it 2023, no, brother?
Yeah, but if them keep on a complaint, so them not no money. They might get either a cheaper coach, which probably will go worse.
Yeah, but cheaper coach ain't a problem. Remember, so when them fire Whitmore, they have to pay him off, you know.
Yeah.
I hope that him agree if them take a while to pay him
Settle.
after him. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Just like what them do with Schaefer.
As a
Yeah.
man says still, I think me honestly, me persons are suggesting names, but if it's a Jamaican coach them a go for, we're not seeing a difference. Because look on the JPL.
Hmm.
Think about it. If you're gonna take a coach or a coach in the JPL, it not make no difference. Because there's no team in the JPL where you can say, yo, yeah, that team yeah play a specific way. Yeah, that team yeah look at them other system. Yeah,
Yeah, but
no.
funny enough, I mean, I don't Whitmore ever coach a JPL team, you know.
Brother Whitmore never coach a team yet from the day him born.
In coach St.
Whitmore just
James.
go they got Whitmore the send man from the field go play football. Might do not get this. Whitmore send the man them on the field based off of them. Per prime example, the Panama game. Yo, me have a bag of baller from England, so me I go send them on the field for go play ball. Because any coach in their right mind would have know say you cannot play Ravel and DJ as defensive midfielder. Any coach, anybody we have sense know that name right. Because Ravel is a man where run go up
You
on him
know
feel
what?
like.
When I saw the lineup here, I remember speaking to Rome's about this. And I said, listen, that looks like Bruno Fernandes and Pogba together in a holding midfield role. Could you imagine that?
Yeah.
That's what Tappa was doing.
Coming up.
Our family, you remember the time when they cuss came on roof. So I feel him fault the first goal scorer.
Mm-hmm.
I never came on roof fault.
Who for fault? Tappa?
No, I Ravel passed the ball to him.
Me and you will never agree with that one. Them. I think that something there I forgot.
It cannot be roof fault. It cannot be roof fault. If you look,
This is a name.
sit down.
Sorry to cut you, Shavan, but this is a name that keeps on going around. Dean
Yes, the
Gore,
coach of
the
Suriname.
Suriname coach, the ex-Suriname coach. I heard that he was being paid 16,000. I think it was US per month, which is probably about double what Theodore Tappa Whitmore is being paid right now. Probably double or triple. Or probably 2.5 times. Probably just have quick maths off the top of my head. I mean, would he lower his what he's getting paid usually to?
I mean, if you get the opportunity for coach, a Leon Bailey, Anthony Grant, not Anthony Grant, Mikel Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that prospect of actually coaching those players. Just imagine if him coach that team to the next Gold Cup and them win.
It's all about
Those are
approach,
the things them a coach. Those are the things them a coach will look on and say, yo, here we have a project for you. We can't afford to pay you as we normally get a Suriname. But this is what we offer. Look at these players.
I say it's all about the approach.
Shaban, it really works still, brother.
No, man, you have to sell yourself, brother. You have to sell yourself, you know.
Yeah, but
all about the approach, man.
But you know, you can't just. Me not think the professional coach we go offer them premise there, unless they are financially stable or it come with other perks, brother. You can't just tell man about coach Liam Bailey might injure and come as 10 times a year, no, brother.
All right, look on this. Just look on this. Me as a JFF come now, me see a coach, a prospective coach, right? I'm gonna say, all right, I know that our past has not been the greatest to players.
Yeah, well, Shaban, 1 minute before you continue. Bear in mind that this coach is not a rookie coach looking for a break. Continue.
All right, bear in mind this. You sell to the coach, say, yo, we have a large array of players who has the potential to put on the national colors. And they in the past may not have been interested due to how the program was running, but we are going a different direction. And you put them on the list of players who the JFF has actually who they have had contact with. Look at some of the names who the JFF had contact with, and they have delayed getting them here. You don't think that a coach will look on it and say, yo, the team really have prediction, and then for my upbringing, because remember, if a coach like that, wins, say even the Gold Cup, opportunities open up for that coach,
Yeah.
You have to look on all them things there and say, yo, all right.
Just imagine getting to the World Cup and quarterfinal.
Exactly. You have to, I understand what you are saying, in general, but the thing is that we don't have nothing else for sell, so you have to sell the potential. And there's nothing else we can sell.
Just
Because
to
we can't even sell them no. We can't even sell them no beautiful black girl again. Because the whole of girl in my Jamaica bleach out now.
Formula.
no, sir, that's not true, Shagan.
Yeah, I'm
What
telling
if a girl in a Jamaica, woman in a Jamaica, same way where them have them natural complexion, man.
JFF have people in there who are quite competent and capable of assisting them to get sponsorship. You know why those persons are not making themselves available in that regard, but they are there.
You mean man like Dennis Strong and them man there?
Just I say,
We just recently signed on.
Them have enough people in the circle who, if given the opportunity, them can make things happen.
Right about now, we have the only thing we can really do. I just think about the future. Because if we still have hope, anybody up on the panel here, anybody who watch this have hope for we are qualified for your World Cup, I rate you.
Let me just give you guys Dean Gore managerial things, right? So he has coached at a side by the name of RBC Roosendaal. I have no idea where that team is based. It seems as if it's a team in the Netherlands, based on the amount of people from the Netherlands on its roster. He has managed the Ajax U18s, the Ajax under 18s. He was the manager at Scotland U17s. He managed Suriname twice and he was a scout at Reading. He also was a manager at Egerton FC. So, I'm not a huge Dean Gore fan, to be honest with you. He's
no,
one of
formula. Remember, Suriname playing at the Gold Cup, you know?
Yeah, me know that. But what me I say is that even with that particular team, there were games that style of play was not necessarily the best style of play for that team, for that Suriname team to get the result. And it was clear as daylight, but yet still, he's a philosophical kind of coach. Him have him coaching philosophy and him go stick by do or die, right? I mean, me from a more philosophical standpoint, me don't mind a pragmatist who can look at it and say, say, yes, this is. Look, I'm not saying that I'm all for pragmatism, but me personally, I'm comfortable with a bit of pragmatism in the mix. Where Dean Gore could have said, even in the Canada game, say, yo, the way we went out there to play was not the best way for this particular team to get a result against the opposition we played. And they went out there and played that way and end up nearly get 6 or 7. I just look one and lucky why Canada never wiped the floor. He wiped the floor with them.
But formula we have to look upon, you know, is a what I call, you know, team member say him just get the team to, you know. You see it? And him have to left him impression upon the team, you know. Yeah? And in order to get the team to do what he want him to do, he have to put out film strategy first and see if it works. You see it?
Alright, formula, but the one thing when me that really put up, I get what you're saying, yeah, what you say makes sense, but the one thing when me say, he had a plan.
Fair point.
And his players, not the greatest, they went out to execute that plan. And against Jamaica, their plan, despite losing the game, if you were to take out goals out of that game,
yeah,
you could not guess that Jamaica won the game.
True.
If they had taken that chance as well.
Exactly. I remember, Blake, they have to make some quality saves as well.
True, he did make 1 and 2 good saves. True.
So those are the things that I try to say.
He's a Tappa. There's no doubt about it.
That's what I say. Persons might leave. We know there are persons out there who saying that give Tappa a chance. But if anyone has ever really sat and watched a Sunday football play in Jamaica, In my thinking, that's how Whitmore tells it. I don't think Whitmore actually tells the team to play any specific way. I think Whitmore goes out there and tell them, guys, we need to make the country proud. We need for God the World Cup. We need enough to play good. That is how I no, and I'm a dead serious formula. Formula, look on it.
No, but you know the crazy thing about it though, Shavan, me not disagree with you. Because honestly, it is totally reasonable to think that that is what Whitmore does. Continue, my boss.
No, cause remember the interview him come out and him say, yo, Damien Lowe get the ball and every time him get the ball, him kick the ball long. Has that changed?
Still a go on.
And if you realize that the player keep on and do it multiple times, why you pick him?
But Mama J, remember man say Uncle did if he manage, you know. That man talk. Uncle did if he manage.
The man say he's not a coach.
The man is not a I don't think him actually yo, you can't have Whitmore run the team as a man to get inspiration. But I honestly don't believe if you put a fly in a Jamaica dressing room, all you gonna hear the man them all you probably hear the coach say, Andre Blake, talk to the team. Damien Lowe, talk to the team. I don't think that yo, the only time he ever hear Whitmore is literally say something to a player and when him tell Maggie if he demand the ball more. Damien Lowe, kick out the ball, stop kick out the ball and pass the ball in your midfield.
Thing is, Maggie's not even in the team no more.
Shouldn't you be the one to set up the team so that the midfielder gets the ball?
Exactly. No, but you know what's so crazy though, Shavan? And I've said it already, right? When I watch the other teams in CONCACAF play now, I see patterns of play and patterns of movement designed to get their creative players in dangerous situations to have an impact. You see the patterns of play when you're watching the other teams. When you're watching Reggae Boys, the only pattern of play you see is when the team continuously goes long.
Kick the ball up long and people always have a cuss Leon Bailey about it. Yo, Leon Bailey get the ball and him not do nothing with the ball. Brother, if me I want winger too, every time I get the ball, me if I run long ball, me I get frustrated too. If me used to actually getting ball on my foot, but no, every time I get the ball, me if I run and I look back at me and I this and that. No. When a man pass a ball to me, me if I make 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right for control the ball.
But Mama J, remember ball Antonio pass cross the goal. The keeper approach him and him pass cross the goal. And nobody in the left kick ball in the goal.
All them things there.
Nobody.
You think that can ever happen on one team overseas?
Exactly, because right away, you know, as Mikel start to make that run, you know, the players
man start going in the box.
Instructions to make those forward runs and to once you see Mikel make that run or anybody making that run, the players would have been under instructions to know when they need to do so right away. It just click, yo, I need to make that forward run there.
And honestly, another thing too, I'm gonna say it already, I'm gonna say it again. Bobby Reid is a very good footballer, but if Whitmore was a good coach, he would know that Bobby Reid is lacking confidence at this moment in time and should start him on the bench.
And stop trying to force it.
You see where Sterling their city? Right now, if Sterling they play for Jamaica right now, Sterling up on the field all right now a stadium. All right now him there stadium on the field same way when everybody come back at the yard. Because it's like Whitmore look on it and I say, yo, that brother yeah, him loyal to the thing. So guess what? Him not gone away.
You know,
because I can't understand why Blair Theory got on the nice side. Why Jamal Lone on the nice side. I still not understand why.
Yeah.
You know, I realize still, the man they not pick off of your farm, you know, the man they not pick off of your name.
Brother, Whitmore not watch football, brother.
But on a name alone, me agree with Chavan Espada. Whitmore now watch the game. Them there is no way Whitmore could watch Javian Brown at Vancouver and keep on going with Fisher and Alvarez.
Your name, man. Man, year say. You You see?
Yo, Formula, if I
Yes,
never
you're a
probably
good
for you,
baller.
Fabian Brown wouldn't get picked. That me I tell you.
Yeah, because I mean, me I'll do video upon it. Me I'll do video upon it for try because it's just ridiculous how this guy is undisputedly the best right back that we have available to us. But yet still the coach, and it's not even close. That's the thing, you know. If it was like if it's like you're splitting bit like what is saying your his hairs, you're splitting between ears or whatever. If it was close, we could understand. But there's like a huge gap between Brown and Fisher and Brown and Alvas.
Brother.
It's crazy.
Man, not care. The man that we dead for him.
Yo, me have a theory, you know. This is a theory, it's not Formal's theory, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Me honestly believe so Whitmore they want to qualify for the World Cup. Because if you qualify for the World Cup and 2 man go score 3 goals in the World Cup, them nah remember Whitmore again.
Look
So
for
that is
God.
my theory. Me have that theory there. Me not hide and talk. Because if me want to win a game, me not see how Lamar Walker start over Ravel. Me not see how Aka start over Anthony Grant. Formula, I want to remember this. Any game that Anthony Grant has not played, we have not gotten the favorable result. Check it out. Him play against Mexico as him take him off, what happened?
But I think if I'm have we conceded a goal while Anthony Grant is on the pitch? I don't think we have even conceded while Grant is on the pitch, to be honest with you. Let's think about
in the Mexico game, first Mexico game.
The first one that is
the Mexico game, you know, he was subbed off and then the goal scored.
no man,
No,
the
but
first
it was
goal.
1-1.
The first
Remember,
goal.
it was
The
1-1.
first goal.
The first goal. Oh yes. True. That's one
But
goal.
other than that, farmer, just look at it. Every time that man has been on the field, we have seen a stronger defense where Andre Blake has not been the man of the match.
And he did concede a goal against Costa Rica too. He was on the pitch when we conceded.
I never him concede that.
No, I mean in terms that he was on the pitch while we conceded.
Yeah, but him couldn't nothing about that.
Yeah, man.
About that. The fact of the matter is that our defense is stronger, and it is not even arguably.
No,
it's
man,
obviously stronger with Anthony Grant on the field, and then you're going to play a team with just beat Mexico 2 love. I got to start man on the bench. I not even say Aka. I'm not start bash Aka no. I'm Aka fat and Aka pick himself.
No, brethren, Aka for be a brethren. If Aka is a patriot, when Theodore Tappa Whitmore ring him phone, brethren, the man said, Tappa, me and you know say yo.
Which country Aka? Aka is a Jamaican.
But formula.
Money over here.
Yo, Aka want about 5 more matches to play 100 matches Jamaica, you know.
Come on, formula. You can't blame Aka.
The 3,000
US. You know, say Aka do something good against El Salvador. Nobody realize that Aka tell everybody say he injure and he never injure and come on for a field. Because I know him not good.
Where you say the man take one for the team?
The man take one for the team. Because nothing never wrong with Aka. Nothing never wrong with him.
Yeah. He just know say yo, a fool in shall take place and many for come off a pitch. Because you realize that even other players in the game was cussing Aka, you know. Damian Lowe did a cuss Aka, you know. Grant did I get upset, you know. It looked like Mr. Military Guna post one video, right? Honestly, me agree with Military Guna interpretation of the video. It looks like Anthony Grant was telling Tappa say yo, that double pick up there with Emma Watson now.
But me I tell you, when somebody dep on the life, I tell you say Anthony Grant and Tappa just a cuss about Watson a while again. I tell you, you know.
Yeah, yes, true. You did, Shavan. You did.
Tell you some because see as when him come off of the field, I see him go to Whitmore fan him off too.
Yes, Whitmore there say yo, Bridget, stop your nice man. Just go out there and do what me tell you for do, man.
all of them things. Because when you see Damian low,
Low.
when you see Damian low, I look
What
at
happened in that
Akana.
match yesterday too, man?
Yo, look on the yellow card
Man,
Aka get yesterday.
man,
Tell the
man,
truth.
tired of fooling brethren.
Tell the truth. Look on the yellow card Aka get yesterday.
One lunge. No one lunge.
Jumping,
The trademark lunge. The trademark lunge. You know, I have him trademark lunge with the studs them up.
That's the one he did against Canada as well, isn't it?
Yeah. A couple of those inside the Canada game.
Them things
All right.
I'm talking about.
I'm roping Espada and Chemo. Espada make a talk already, so I'm going to rope in Chemo. Chemo, where are you, my boss?
Yeah, good night, everyone on the panel.
Right.
Yeah, man, good night, man, good night.
Yeah,
Boy.
so I was at the game yesterday, me and Cataract, Coupler and Karumi, and we were crying out for the substitution of Haka from in the first half. Wasn't waiting. We wanted Tappa to be very proactive. Secondly, when the changes were made, it didn't take much time for us to see that change with Aka off the field. Right away, you're starting to see us forming shape and looking like we have an identity of getting a goal or going forward with possession. We start and then that change with Greg Lee was another good change. You understand? I think so far this should have been how we started from the beginning of the tournament. Maybe we're picking up a bit of form right now and we're trying to connect the dots. The team is kind of gelling and the guys is getting used to each other now. But when USA saw that we were gaining momentum and the ball was in play, I don't know if you guys saw when one of the defenders fell on the ground just to let Christian Pulisic come on the field. Did you saw that?
I didn't spot that. I didn't spot that one. They missed me.
Yeah, he did that.
You know, I think I remember it now that you say it. I think I remember it. I think somebody made mention of it on the live as well.
Just because they want to burn some time, gain some momentum, and bring on Christian Pulisic. And that was the time also we ran in and made the changes. Yes, so those are some also that we should work on.
Yeah, we are not very good at game management.
Whitmore.
Going forward for these next 6 important games, these are some things that we should work on. The coach should work on. I don't know if you can give Whitmore a call because his contract isn't over, so we won't expect to see him out. We would expect to see him in just to see him. So we'd have to just work with him for these 6 games and hope for some more individual brilliance to give us the result that we want. Because
so Orlando, you believe that Tappa, with Tappa at the helm, we have a chance?
No.
With individual
Remember, we have to win every single game left. And one of those games is against Canada.
Two
Canada.
Two most tricky games.
Canada and Mexico.
And Panama.
And Panama.
Those are
exactly. So right now, they say if we did win yesterday game, we would have still the 2 points behind Panama. Remember I was saying earlier, you said the fact that we are 3 games, not points. We're not looking on points no. I am looking at games. We are 3 games behind Panama with 6 games remaining.
Yeah.
Look at that is what you have to look at. That is what we have to look at. We can't look on points again. We have to look on the games because that's the severity.
Yeah.
The games is what's most important.
Chemo, meeting will take place tonight for Tappa head. You believe Tappa will be fired? You believe Tappa will be sacked tonight?
Really? Meeting will take place?
8 p.m. sharp. The technical committee ruled out speed.
And to be honest, this is Tappa's bread and butter. Tappa should have been fired from the Gold Cup. Tappa should have been fired from the Costa Rican game. So firing Tappa now, the team is already building their own momentum without Tappa. We need a new coach at the helm. So whether they fire him later on, I don't have a problem. I'm happy with that decision. And I was at the hotel last night, and many more persons would be happy with that decision.
See there? You see that?
Yeah. I mean, I am anxiously awaiting 8 o'clock now.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not happy about a person losing their job.
For
But this
sure.
this is the World Cup qualifiers.
National
Yes, we
important.
were in our backyard yesterday, and we were up against it even when we have the 12 man behind us. The referee took the win from us. You understand?
That more talk about too.
We don't eat. I think if Tappa leave this team, maybe it would be for the best for the team.
And
Agree.
where referee come from?
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That is our next thing where the JFF supposed to find out some, because the fact that Costa Rica is still in the running for qualify for the World Cup, I don't think they should have had a Costa Rica. Why we can't use referee from Trinidad?
Hold on, man.
No, and that would be biased as well.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No,
Hold
but
on.
you can't have a team. You can't have a referee from a country that is still in the running. Me not think that fair.
Why
Get
don't we
somebody
one
from Congo
South
Ball.
America? Yeah, come on.
Get one from Congo Ball.
You guys see this on the screen? Let me read it out for you guys.
Most wanted.
Yeah, man. Dead or alive, John Doe, aka Robert Johnny.
Could
$1,000 reward.
could that be appeal? It only could be appeal if we had VAR.
But family,
Yeah. Wait, now, hold on. No Costa
if
Rican
Bobby Reed,
referee.
he scored a goal,
Mhm.
we wouldn't have said nothing about the referee.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, though, Shavan, we score.
That one went in
And
the
it
back.
was taken from us. Costa Rican referee Juan Gabriel Calderon committed a heinous crime against Jamaica at the National Stadium last night. Referees from countries that are in contention. Hold on, I will just take place a while ago. Referees from countries that are in contention for a spot in the Qatar World Cup should not be refereeing World Cup qualifying games. It's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as that. They should not be refereeing World Cup qualifying games. Because right there, so now, automatically it was such nonsense that automatically you just have to presume say him a give him country of birth a blind. Him a give him country. It might not be a patriot in that moment there. And give him country a blind. And not only the header alone, and the penalty we'll forget as well.
The man showing out the ball, man. Right
I
in front of the referee, yeah.
involved in this World Cup qualifiers. This is the World Cup. Everyone wants to go to the World Cup. Why VAR isn't involved?
But
What CONCACAF say is that because majority of the nations in CONCACAF can't really afford VAR, it would be unfair for some countries. But my thing is this. So now you in charge of football for CONCACAF. Now you for make sure so them have it at them stadium or have the facilities for it. Them thing them matter. You think so UEFA are gonna make because some countries not have it, why them are gonna stop it from have it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, say everybody on ESPN, come watch ESPN this morning, and all them are talk about the US deserve to lose.
Mm-hmm.
The US deserve when they can hear Taylor 12 man, and all them man they tell us the US deserve to lose. It's just sad that Jamaica cannot afford VAR.
Is there a Jamaican referee that's representing CONCACAF?
Yeah, man, there are Jamaican referees, I don't remember his name right now, but
Yeah, man. Ocean Nation and Parchment.
You have a female too. You know have a female
Um,
involved in it too.
what's your name?
Yeah, me remember her name. She ref a lot of the Premier League games, the Jamaican Premier League game. I
Yeah,
remember
man.
her name right now.
No, but have they officiated for any of the
Yeah, man. I
CONCACAF
think
games?
Hamilton are one of them. And
Yes, Hamilton. So she name.
remember, assistant referee female. I remember her name, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
Jamaican
still,
referees there, man. But
but
that is not the
it no matter that like that not supposed to. It not like why we don't have referees from outside the region or referees from other Caribbean, other CONCACAF nations that are not involved there. It just don't make no sense.
Yo, honestly, I think CONCACAF don't really want the rest of the Caribbean nations to develop
Yeah,
because I have
honestly.
not seen CONCACAF doing anything to develop football in the CONCACAF region.
In the
Outside of the
Caribbean
US and
region.
Mexico,
The
in the
Caribbean,
Caribbean region.
Caribbean region.
Honestly, I don't see it.
All right.
Because the Caribbean, honestly, say the outside of the Caribbean is really Oceania the only region of football worse than the Caribbean. Just think about it.
Real talk. It's sad but true.
So guys, what do you think about the future and the longevity of Mikel Antonio in representing Jamaica? Because I had a chat with him last night for about maybe 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about it? Before
Honestly,
I
it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky because age. I mean, he still can perform for we, but the age, and it also comes down to our development as well because the next World Cup is what, not 6, 5 years away from now.
4.5 probably.
Yeah, 4.5 years from now, and I, I don't talk, despite US, Mexico, and Canada not being in the qualifiers for the next World Cup. mm, mm, well, it's rough to say, but me still not see we are qualified.
what?
Still not see we are qualified.
All right. First of all, I was speaking to him yesterday, and just like when I didn't remember if it was Simon or Stream was interviewing him, spoke to him in the lobby, and he said that from two goals from 3 games, and it's a great feeling. And because I bring it to him first, I really want him to continue representing us, even if it doesn't go the way how we want it by qualifying for the World Cup. We still have CONCACAF Nations League to play. We
And
still
Gold
have
Cup.
CONCACAF Gold Cup to take part in, and you never might know. And then he said Cristiano Ronaldo is what, 36, and he's keeping his fitness up, and he's still playing, and he's going to the World Cup next year. So it's good hearing that from him. You understand? He wants to play. I won't doubt him. I won't doubt his loyalty, his passion. He wants to play. And one of the most important things is he's getting in the goals. He's scoring. It's not like he's getting frustrated and not scoring. So I'm sure.
Chemo, you see the difference with him and Ronaldo now, Chemo?
Mhm.
Ronaldo has been taking care of himself
Yeah,
for,
yeah, yeah.
for so long.
Yeah,
Mikel
Antonio
recently
has as well.
diet switch. Recently him talk about it, him kind of switch up him diet and really go in a more healthy manner apparently.
Yeah.
So Ronaldo would
Never
have
too late for a shower rain.
eh?
I say never too late for a shower rain.
Yeah, that's true, but it lessen the likelihood of him being able to continue up into them age there. I mean, not saying him can't do it, he can, but
Yeah.
especially with his injury history as well, it go rough.
But we have to also look at the fact that we have to. What are we going to? Because if we are really going to, really and truly, if we are really going to be depending on a 36-year-old for drive we to a World Cup in 2026, what does that really say about our development here? Well, Formula know what I
DJ,
say already about that.
What? No, we're not just only depending on him. He's hungry because he wants to have a good amount of games internationally under his belt. That's what he was saying, and scoring some goals and see if he could break a few records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. No, for the past
Hold on,
4 years,
before
Hold on,
you
hold
say.
on, Shavan. Make chemo finish.
And also, I saw Grant too, and Grant was saying, because I was asking, what's it like playing at the stadium with fans for the first time? He said it was really good, and he saw it couldn't be a full stadium, and he was looking forward to this opportunity years ago. He wanted to play. It's just that, but it's never too late. I just want to continue good for the team, and we still believe. The players, Mikel said that he still believes, and Grant said the same thing as well. And I like the attitude towards the post game. When the game finished,
Yeah.
everyone was, happy last night, And the only player that seemed kind of down was Bobby Reed. Bobby
Which
Reed
is
was,
understandable.
yeah, Bobby
understandable.
Reed was hiding Bobby Reed. But I tell him to cheer up. You understand? This is our Jamaica. This is Jamaica. This is the national team.
Yeah.
These are our players. They represent. So we have to build them at the same time. So spoke to Javier Brown as well. Tell him the best is yet to come. And he's level-headed. He's smart. He's playing with his head. Greg Lee, I actually checked his age. 4 years. We can get 4 years of football out of Greg Lee. And the best is yet to come for all of these players because we want to keep them in the team. We need longevity as well. We still have to do even Sir Weed.
You spoke to Fairway?
Yes. He was hiding.
Hold on. Somebody playing something in the background. All right, go through chemo.
Yeah, so I saw him in the lobby as well, and he was hiding behind the mask, but I asked as if I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
You understand? And then I said, Sir, then I was like, Sir, and he said, yes. And he said, well, we just have to keep on pushing, keep on searching for those prospects for the betterment of our football, because this is just the beginning. We have to continue putting in the hard work. And he was like, yes. You understand? So the little opportunity I got last night, I tried to pass on some words,
But you know the words you should have passed on to Mr. Wint chemo. You should have tell him say you need to resign. That you should have passed on to him. That you should have passed on to Mr. Wint. But chemo, you know that we have some bright prospects coming up in England though. Youngsters like Kido Taylor Hart. Youngsters like where they are reigning with Liam Moore again, man. We have a lot of kids in academies. Whisper, Phoenix locally developed Whisper.
Yeah, from Pora, a kid from Pora. Yeah,
man. Phoenix have some young gems coming up as well.
We need to give them the opportunity, though. I didn't have a problem with Lamar Walker getting his opportunity last night. When we all have a problem with Haka. You understand? Because if we're going to do a 50-50 with Lamar Walker, we should have a person like Grant in the team instead of a Haka.
Exactly.
But as long as you get someone who knows how to manage the team and who's watching these players, I think that's where we're going wrong. These guys that are picking the players, they're not watching the football like us week in, week out. They're not watching it. And I don't think Tappa is even watching Derby when Derby are playing, when Reading are playing. You understand? When Fulham are playing.
Yeah.
No, he's watching these players. You understand? If 30
that they're watching these players, chemo.
Yeah. But it's just one. But we have prospects. We have good prospects out there, of course. We have to know how to manage.
We have Zimenez who are playing Manning Cup for JC.
Chemo, no get me, They make me lose my mind on that show right now, man. They make me lose my mind on that show. I may I go do that. May I go do a video talking about that, because that is a real disgrace, man. A real disgrace.
With what
Um,
was
Ziminis.
who's
Ziminis that plays Harbour View.
I mean no I don't.
Right back, 16-year-old right back for Harbourview. He was Harbourview starting right back in the JPL this season.
Yeah.
He's currently playing Manning Cup football at JC.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh,
Exactly.
exactly. Damn disgrace, man. Damn disgrace. No wonder we cannot develop decent talents in Jamaica, man.
Listen, you know what
So
should happen?
formula. Sorry, go on again.
Kima, Shavana Diablai.
Oh yeah. I was saying I wish we could just see a strong 11 out there coming in January. You understand? Strong squad, a strong 11 that we all want to go there and know the situation that we're in. Saying that we need 3 points and we're going to start our best 11 regardless of a person, attitude or whatever. Or I don't think no one should be having up anyone. We need the result. You understand? When I saw the way how Rafael was acting last night, you know, I maybe based on how people talk about Ravel, you could never believe that's the Ravel Morrison someone was talking about. You understand? Ravel drank last night. Ravel drink 2 Black Stallion with a red stripe beer and telling me that it's really effective. I told him that
Stallion.
yeah, telling him that if you have 2, Liam Moore was laughing at him. I tell him that if you do have 2 women beside him, while he drink that, you better be careful.
I talk about it effective. And he might tell you that
mine not inform on the man them, On the mind not inform on the man them. Alright.
It's after kid, so
Yeah, man.
We not talk about after. Remember, say the man them have them ladies,
No, man. I know nothing like that. Chemo attack, man.
no, but what puts a smile on my face? The guys were happy. The guys
Yeah.
enjoyed playing with the fans, being in the national stadium, and I know that if it was a jam-packed stadium, and the intensity when Ravel and Grant and Lee came on, it was really good to see how we played. You understand? I think it was one of Leon's best performance. He could have done better. He could have done really better.
Chemo, what? Chemo. The same game with your watch?
Wait, listen. For me,
it was atrocious that game last night.
For me, in the second half.
What?
For me, all right, it was one of his better games. For me.
What?
All right, and then listen.
Friday was a better game.
I actually got to see the class of Mikel Antoni yesterday, and I'm not talking about just the goal alone. His strength, everything I got to see.
Hold play, etc.
And his movement. I see he made a few dummies and movement, but Lamar Walker wasn't reading it at all. Maybe if we had a Ravel there and Andre Gray with him, with the same kind of ball knowledge going forward, maybe we have even got an extra goal, because that ball that he kicked past the keeper, no one was there to tap it in. That was a chance as well,
Yeah, big chance.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what I want to do is I want to look at the players that played in the game, and you guys tell me, just basically what you think about the players' performances. I'm gonna share the sofa score screen with you guys. Where is it? Oh, Here it is. 1 second. Let me click on the USA game. There you go. All right. So let's start to the right back first. Let's bring up his stats and everything. Javian Brown. For starters, all right. Let's go with DJ Arby's. Javian Brown. What you thought of his performance?
Yeah, man, decent performance. Gave us a lot of energy, bit of width as well. Like I was saying before, though, I felt like Haka didn't help him out in the second half, and he probably should have got a second yellow and would have been red carded. But I think that was just because tactics and he was getting a bit exposed because he was getting isolated. But for the majority, though, I thought he was. You know what? He's just a breath of fresh air, isn't it? Obviously, we've had Powell, we've had Fisher, and it was generally for disappointment. We didn't really get to see him see what his distribution was like in the final third. I don't think he got the chance as much.
Yeah.
With Bailey cutting inside many times and then trying to take on.
He was pinned back.
Yeah, and being unsuccessful. We never really got to see that. But hopefully against, I think we've got Mexico next. So hopefully we will get a little bit more space again and we can see what his distribution is like. Because on Friday, Fisher, how many times was Fisher getting down the flanks and his crosses was just terrible, going out for goal kicks, throw-ins. I think with Javane Brown, he's looking like he's got a decent, from seeing what he does in the MLS, it looks like he's got a good distribution. So that's the only bad thing I'd say about his game yesterday. But apart from that, defending one-on-one was brilliant. Recovery was brilliant, man. And I'm looking forward to see what more he can add to this team.
Yeah. He lost the ball 15 times. Could that be, also as a result of Haka and, basically his terrible positioning and his lack of mobility, etc., etc.?
Yeah, I would think so as well. And I think a lot of them will probably be clearances as well.
True.
There's a lot of times we'll get impressed. And then obviously the Americans have that like to use the high press. So I think I'd say half of them are definitely clearances.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, 15 times your right back losing possession is not ideal, but it's better than the nearly 30 times. Like must say 29 times O'Neill Fisher lost the ball against Canada. So that, I mean, is a upgrade. Can you imagine a right back losing the ball nearly 30 times? But that's another discussion for another time. Shavan, what do you think about Javian Brown, my boss?
I mean, defensively he played well.
Yeah.
Like the one time when my boy, the Jamaican run past me and the score, but I only really watched the first. I only could have watched the first half yesterday, so. But I think he played well. He did better than Alvarez Powell and definitely better than Fisher. The possession loss is when we see a wing back lose possession and know inside Jamaica and play for, I can't really bash him. Because majority of that is going to be clearances. And them going to consider it as losing possession.
That's true.
We used to play a right back. We used to play a left back. A right back and a left back. Where a wing back's first pass option is always the defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
And if Aka is a defensive midfielder, then
either the DM or the player playing on the wing, more advanced.
All right. Based on how my team used to play, the first pass option is the defensive midfielder, and the second pass option is the winger. Because remember, you have to start the play. If you start the play upon the wing, if the player gone down the wing, then there. But if you put back the ball in the middle of the field, then you have options everywhere. You can switch the wing, you can play team attacking mid, and then you can be creative. Whereas if you go to the wing directly, you already know so the attack basically depend on the side of the field automatically.
Yeah.
That's why we always say the first pass option as a wing back is the defensive midfielder, because people might say the creative play, but really and truly, the defensive midfielder is the first line of attack. He has to be the one to really and truly distribute the ball as much.
Yeah.
That's what I say, yeah, as much as people might bash Pogba have him role. Pogba has his role, and not a defensive midfielder, but he plays just in front, the six basically. That when Pogba have the ball, him distributing ball. If he have to make the short pass, he make the short pass. If he have to make the long diagonal pass, then he have to do it as well. So those are the things them I'm just not see Aka as that type of person for really control a football game and dominate.
Yeah. No, agreed. Agreed. One of the things I like about Javian Brown is that his positioning is so intelligent. He's very intelligent with his positioning, one. And two, I think he's one of those fullbacks that while he will get forward and contribute to the attack meaningfully, and does it quite frequently for club, he seems to be very mindful of his defensive responsibilities and his defensive duties. So he's not going to go bomb rushing forward and take risks with when he joins, when he pushes up or pushes further up the right wing channel. And I like that about the player because I mean most of the times he's where he needs to be when he needs to be there from a defensive standpoint. And that's one of the reasons why I think it eased pressure on Damian Lowe. I mean, for once, Mr. Damian Lowe actually had do one job rather than two.
Two, exactly. I remember what I said the El Salvador, me said me hear that about the same thing. Cause same thing they say about Damian Lowe, the El Salvador games, they lose the ball a lot. So my first say you can't really bash Damian Lowe for losing the ball because he has to lose. Because if he not lose most of them ball, we in a pressure, we in a problem. Because we end up play centre back and right back at the same time because Fisher not really. Because I remember the number 17 from El Salvador. Yo, the man of Fisher ticket. Sure.
Yeah.
The man have Fisher ticket the entire game, so Damian Lowe they have to cover and Damian Lowe have to do a lot of clearances. So it ends up losing. I look on it again. Remember I say it about Mariappa. Mariappa never do whole heap of the El Salvador game. Mariappa never had a whole heap of work for doing the El Salvador. One time I forgot to Mariappa on the field, to tell you the truth. Because him now make no tackle because nothing go down on film side. Because everybody knows that Jamaica weak side up on the right. Because
and you realize hold on the 1 second, Shavan. You realize say America targeted the right side of our defense again, But this time them look like them they anticipate Fisher or Powell. Then they realize that them did not go run up in a Javian Brown.
That's the difference. Because teams play to everybody's weakness. Everybody play to everybody's weakness except Jamaica. Jamaica just go out there and play football. Just play Sunday football.
Yeah. DJ Arbis, you're gonna say something earlier?
Yeah, do you know what? Like they said, obviously he was dribbled past once, and I think that was only came a bit late in the game. I think Pulisic went round him, and obviously he had to let him go because otherwise, if he'd have given him another one, that'd have been a red card. Straight away. So the IQ came into effect, and yeah, man. Do you know what? Good debut, to be fair, innit? That's his first start for the nation, so it was a good debut, man.
It's so crazy that because people always draw for experience when they try to make excuses for why Alvas and O'Neal start. But when this player play him seem like it more, you would think more him have the experience. You would never believe he's the rookie in the MLS. Because the way of Fisher them and Powell them reckless.
It's true.
So I think we got some good stability down the right hand side. Hopefully going forward, we can see him not being pinned down so much and being able to impact the play offensively.
8 o'clock tonight.
My boss can't wait till 8 o'clock come. Can't wait. Boy, brother, trust me. Bridging, Shavan, me there watch the clock to Bridging. Trust me. Me there watch the clock. Damian Lowe. Arbis, what you think about Lowe performance?
Damian Lowe was a bit erratic at times, man. But his positioning worries me sometimes. I thought in the first game against El Salvador, he covered Mariappa a fair few times because we were getting caught on the high line. But yesterday, it wasn't a bad performance, but to me, it was just average. Just going through this, I mean, he got a few clearances in, couple tackles. To me, it was just an average Damien Lowe performance. I don't think he had much to do. But the only thing is his distribution could be a little bit better.
What he needs to do is stop kicking the damn ball long. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His distribution could be a lot better.
A hacker in front time.
Yeah. You can't ignore that team, man. You just can't ignore that. So
You know
you
what?
can't even to beat him for the 17 times possession lost.
Yeah, it's the spine of the team, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spine of the team, man. It's just disfigured.
Yeah.
Aka
Solid.
is the reason why Jamaica not qualify for Euro Cup. As the formula say, I was going to give Aka a break by saying that he might pick himself, but formula make a good point.
Anthony Vernon, what crap are we talking? Because I know every man up here right now make solid points. What crap are we talking? Some of these vlogger chat pure crap. What crap are we talking, Anthony? Please inform us down in the comment section so we can address it. Yeah, man, but no, I agree. Shavan, what do you think about Damian Lowe?
I mean, just the only issue me have with really Damian Lowe are the erratic style of play. I not have a problem with him kick out ball because I know him not have a choice. So I not go bash him for that. I would prefer his accuracy to be a bit better, but I can't bash him for him and get the ball away from my goal because I'm really and truly a defend. I just thought the only issue is just erratic. So my time then, when we see Damian Lowe to tackle somebody, I just start fret. We can see a red card or something. But other than that, it was a solid performance from Messi so far. And then when you look at the stats, US never really had that much shots either. So he did a defensive job. That's the erraticness and then the kick with ball. But that's him, I can't bash him for your kick out the ball because he have to do it sometimes.
Yeah. You know, one of the major things I have an issue with Damian Lowe as well, and I've been saying it ever since I started my channel. I've been saying it ever since I started my channel about Damian Lowe. I realized that Damian Lowe can and to be fair, you know, a give and go is one of the hardest things to defend against, but Damian Lowe can do better. He always gets dragged out of position with a good give and go. He is always dragged out of position with a good give and go. Right? And he needs to read those situations better and realize when the give and go is on and not commit. Because we saw it with the goal that we conceded yesterday, how he committed, right, and end up got dragged out of position and they just played the ball around him. And it's a major weakness for him. It is something we have conceded goals like that, or in a number of times almost conceded goals like that because of Damian Lowe being dragged out of position on a give and go. To be fair, give and goes are not the easiest to defend against, but still, man, he needs to read those scenarios a bit better.
All right, formula. Look at this now. Damian Lowe playing a defensive midfielder. Yeah, I always say it if you don't want to bash me, bash me. Damian Lowe playing defensive midfielder now. And he gets caught out with a give and go. Isn't there the centre back there to cover for him at that time?
True.
Damian Lowe is literally playing like a defensive midfielder. That's what a defensive player does. That's what they do. They go out, and if someone beat them, that's when the centre back come out and cover for him. That's what he's doing. So all of what I would Damian Lowe is not a centre back. He is a centre. Damian Lowe is not a CDM. He is playing like a CDM. Because I remember one at the time, I think on Foley happened as well. One particular player when he literally stand up beside the striker and wait for the ball play, and as the ball play, he just cut it off. because that's how a CDM plays. They cut the passes, them read for cut. A centre back not really for cut the pass, you know. A centre back is not really for cut the passes like that. Their main position is to just get the ball from out of your box. Defensive midfielders are the ones who go for cut the passing lane.
You
And
mean
that's what they
intercept the
do.
passes? You mean block
Yeah,
the passing
yeah,
channels?
passing lane. Yeah, block the passing lane, intercept the
I
passing
mean,
lane.
centre backs are responsible for that as well in terms of through
Yeah,
balls,
but
trying to
who
prevent
is it?
through balls
Who is it?
piercing the defensive line.
But it should be the defensive midfielder's main job.
Fair point. Fair point. I see your argument. I see your argument.
Why do you think Rodri plays so good for City? He
Yeah.
cuts the passing lane.
Yeah.
Fernandinho, he cuts the passing lane.
So it doesn't even get to a point in time where the opposition, or it doesn't get to a stage in the game where the opposition can even make that final pass to, penetrate a defensive line or make that through ball to, thread a needle to get forward players in behind.
If it was Anthony, all right, I bet any yesterday it was Anthony Grant there play. I bet Damian Lord never have to go this go do that. Like Anthony Grant, no understand. Anthony Grant, I can understand it. I can't understand. Anthony Grant say it out of his mouth, so he prefer play with Speedy. He come like from the month, say that him and Tappa can agree.
Yeah. All right, let's move on now. Liam Moore.
I thought he looked nervous first 15, 20 minutes. And it took him a while to grow into the game. But I thought second half he was pretty steady in the second half. But yeah, those first 20 minutes I was kind of worried about him, man. I thought like, and I know obviously our right is always our weakness, but I kind of thought, do you know what, Americans are going to work this one out and work out, you know what, Moore might actually get caught in behind. But to be fair, man, he done his thing, man, and he looked all right in the second half. I would say he was probably the better of the two centre backs yesterday. I don't
Agreed.
feel like any mistakes really happened around him, yeah, I think the distribution can be worked on. I think obviously there's probably lack of match sharpness, as he hasn't really been in the team since. Actually, how many games has he started now?
This is his second game in the World Cup qualifiers.
He hasn't actually started since the Panama game.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it probably was a bit of chemistry building around. But obviously, it's probably the first time he's played with Grant. Thinking about it, I don't think he's played with Grant before because he was in the Gold Cup and Grant wasn't in the Gold Cup squad. So Grant ahead of him and
but when Grant came on in the second half in the US game, I don't think, even if they have played on the same pitch, it's not been for long.
No. So I think it's just them just getting to know each other, and I feel like the second half. I saw it was Speedy yesterday, wasn't it? So, but obviously when Grant come on, you could see there was a bit more of a link up between the two. But yeah, I thought Liam Moore was all right yesterday, man. 6.9 is about right, I would say. Ricardo Pepi didn't really have much of opportunities, and yeah, he was good yesterday.
Yeah, Shavan, what do you think about Liam Moore?
You gone?
No, Shavan look like him step away for a bit. All right.
I'm here, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was he played a good game. Better than Damian Lowe. He was more composed on the ball. Other than the first couple of minutes, as just wanted to say, a bit shaky. But him look comfortable on the ball. Him never too rash or anything. So he had a good game as well.
Is Lowe and Moore our best centre back pairing?
Do you know what? I want to see Pinnock back in the team again.
Me too.
I want to see Pinnock back in the team. I went to watch West Ham Brentford, and obviously he started in the 3, and then he came in as a back 4 because I think one of their midfielders went off injured, so they went into a back 4 for the second half. and he was comfortable, man. He was comfortable for the whole of the second half. Antonio didn't get a sniff. And it's just a shame, bro, man. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know if it's Tappa not selecting him or if it's the manager holding him back. But I really want to see him back in the squad, man. I feel like he's possibly our best centre back.
It's really and truly shocking that Ethan Pinnock is not injured and not in the squad. It's shocking. All right, let's move on to Mr. Kemar Taximan Lawrence. What did you guys think of Taxi's performance?
Selfish.
You think so selfish?
He knew he was injured and never tell Tappa.
Yeah, I saw coach's deck showed a clip of Lawrence looking a little bit, you know.
No, I was watching Coach live with him there do the warm up. I'm actually saying to my brethren, I look at camera that's a limb so. I said it. So when I see Coach come to me, I said, sure no start. Cause I never knew that he came off the field.
Yeah, because I didn't watch the second half.
I never knew he came off the field. So when I heard that he came off the second half and it was come here, everybody I thought about Greg Lee had a great performance. I said, Greg Lee, so which part Greg Lee play? Then him say Taxi came off after. My friend said, oh, what happened to him? Saying they injured me. I said, no, so that brother yeah limb. I know in their limb. But I could have see it. And then I think that's selfish because he could have even damaged himself even further.
Yeah. And to be honest, for some strange reason, I don't think you could see that he was not at his best. He wasn't at his usual. He wasn't as sharp as we have seen him prior.
There was a time when he broke out and he dribbled past one. I don't know why it's not come up on there, but I remember him dribbling past I think the American right back, and he got through the middle, but it was just his final pass again, man. It was just was blocked off. But I don't think he wasn't bad, but again, man, like you could just see he wasn't fit, and I think if he had carried on into the second half, man, it could have cost us a goal, to be fair. So, but I'm kind of happy to see Greg Lee coming because I thought he done his thing yesterday, man.
Yeah, he really did. He really did.
Gave us more energy.
Yeah. All right. Let us talk about Speedy Williams, a player who continues to impress. Man, I remember the days when Devon Speedy Williams was complete trash for the Reggae Boys, man. Honestly, just a bad football player, man. Yo, I'm not exaggerating, Arby's. I'm not exaggerating. There were games when I saw Devon Speedy Williams, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, what is this player doing in the national team? These guys are like, who must can dress somebody out of Manning Cup who can do a better job than this, brother. Talk to me about what you guys think about Speedy. He has come a far way.
Yeah, Speedy stepped up, man. He stepped up from what I saw from the Gold Cup to the first couple of the first real game. I say he kind of took my eye was the Costa Rica game. I was like, all right, cool. You got something about your game. But then yesterday, it's just like, why didn't he start on the weekend on Friday? And then now, you know what I mean? Yesterday just showed the reason why he should have started. And imagine if he had started with Grant next to him, the level and the difference of the performance. I thought we would have bossed the midfield a little bit more, and we needed a Ravel in front of them as well, just to get that final pass. But for the two players that he had to work with yesterday, he done his thing yesterday, man. I was proud of him.
Yeah. Shafan, what do you think about Speedy?
I was one of Speedy's biggest critic. That when family that was Speedy, they improved me. They say I not see it, but he has been playing great.
You have to give him props.
No, he has. Because when the inclusion of Anthony Grant has helped his game massively.
True.
Massively.
He learn a thing or two, and the two seem to have a decent relationship, in
I
terms
know
of
so
off the
this
pitch and off the
I,
pitch. Them
I know
seem
so
to
this
deal.
about me. This about me the most about Tappa.
Hmm.
How much more minutes left? 54 minutes left. This is how I bought me the most about Tappa. The man have the right combinations on the bench.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
start Grant, him start Aka beside him. When you could have start Speedy. Him start Speedy, him not start Grant. Brother, it's like this man literally I try sabotage the team.
Yeah.
It's a friend
just-
thing, man. It's too much
No,
friend
but
thing, man.
but the friend thing is that it a cost him legacy because Jamaicans are gonna hate him.
Yeah. And it is getting to that point. It is getting to that point where Jamaicans dying for see back at Tappa right now.
Just imagine this. People who never born or never know about football in the 98. The only thing them know Tappa for, you know. I be the worst Jamaica coach ever, you know. Think about it.
Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people don't know Tappa for the 98 World Cup. 98 two goals and scoring. Well, not most people. Some people don't know Tappa as that person.
Mm-hmm.
And they might destroy him legacy as being the person who scored 2 goals in a World Cup for Jamaica.
Yeah.
I me believe it's spitefully I do it. I don't care what nobody wants to say. Yesterday lineup, me say him spitefully do it.
Yeah.
Yesterday lineup let me see it. Cause Maggie should have been in squad in the first place, and then we see him start Lamar Walker. When Lamar Walker play 10 minutes from the World Cup start for qualifier start.
I just about like a 10 minutes run out substitution him get against Costa Rica. If I'm not mistaken, that's about it.
Did he play against Mexico? Oh no, that
No,
was Norman. That was
no.
Campbell, isn't it? Norman Campbell played.
Norman Campbell, yeah, the one at Kukariki in Serbia.
And then
Campbell was the one who
again.
played, and man like Peter Lee Vasa came on. I don't recall Lamar Walker coming on in that Mexico game.
And then you start the man against the United States.
The biggest game of the qualifiers, brethren. The only thing I can say that I think the only logical explanation for decisions like that is that Theodore Tappa Whitmore is probably going for. I realize he's very big on unpredictability. I realize he is very big on trying not to let the opposition study him. So him probably a try for spring a surprise, so to speak. That's the only logical thing I can tell you, Arbis.
Do you know what? I was thinking, you see Grant? I thought he was suspended for last night because he's got 2 yellow cards. How many yellow cards is it before you get suspended?
It's 2, but he's only one him have, man. He had 1 prior to last night.
Okay, so
I wonder. Many people thought it was 2, but I looked into it. It's actually 1.
Okay, so because I was thinking, I wonder if he's thinking if Grant gets a yellow card, he's going to miss the Mexico game or the Panama game, and he's going to need him for them. So that's probably why he still start Haka. But then again, if Haka's so important to you, Haka's a card away from getting suspended. I'm sure he's got 2 cards already, if I'm not lying. Got 1 against Canada and 1 yesterday.
Yes, he got
he might be out.
Arbis, that is the most wonderful thing I have heard since the start of the day. So what you tell me, Arbis?
No, sir, no. The best thing you hear from man in Formula, there is a meeting keeping.
That's true. That's true.
Tonight.
That's
the
true.
best news I hear from them.
That is true. So today's
Aka being suspended, the JFF, if Tappa still the coach, Tappa could have try go in and try protest that, go some way for go against the appeal a decision there. Tappa without Aka. If Tappa is the coach, Aka will play. I don't know how, but he's going to play.
That is the best. That is one of the best things I've heard in quite a while. Haka will not be playing. It never even occurred to me that he won't be playing the next game. It never even occurred to me. honestly. But you know, I did a video with Coach's Desk earlier today, and he said something that really summed up Speedy Williams in a nutshell. He said that Speedy Williams had a quietly good game, and that is exactly what I would use to describe Speedy's performance yesterday. All right. You know what? Me could talk about Greg Lake quick and fast. Since we did intend to do Lawrence and Lay as well, you know. I intended to do both to talk about both performances at the same time. Shavan can't talk about Greg Lake, so Arby's, what do you think about Greg Lake performance yesterday?
You know what? You see, when he come on yesterday, you can just tell that he's been waiting for this opportunity.
Yeah.
You can tell, man, and he took it. He grasped it yesterday, and you know he gave a lot of energy, man. Gave us width down the flank, and was just up and down, man. I mean, he got a few crosses in. I was unsuccessful with them, but it's just good.
Don't forget the shot too, you know. Don't forget the shot too, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
That could have find the back of the net, you know. Just unlucky.
Yeah, it was a good shot as well, man. And it's good to see we have a progressive fullback.
Yeah,
that's wanted to make them overlapping runs and not shy of it. And, you know, and then obviously quick enough to get back, and he's got recovery in his game.
And that's the thing. Even though when he joined the attack, you know, he was never left short at the back.
No.
There was never a play down that side where you're saying, where is Greg Lay? He was there, present and ready to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, you saw like on Friday when the cross came in from the right, and like Lawrence didn't know whether to come inside to defend or to stay out wide, and he was just lost. So he didn't get time to close down the cross. I think that's Lee staying out wide, and he's saying, "Listen, no crosses are coming through my way."
Yeah,
you saw that yesterday. I don't think any attacks really happened down his side when he came on. I feel like when they put on Pulisic, they wanted to try and make something happen from the left, and obviously Anthony Robinson was causing problems for Brown, obviously because of Hacker's just invisible performance yesterday. so like man, Lee, man, like trust me, brother.
Bell
a better performance than I've seen from him than I've seen from Amari Bell. Was playing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, Jamaicans no rate Bell none tall.
Nah.
Me rate Amari Bell.
Me rate Bell too.
Nah, man. I just positioning. I don't trust him. Like Wes Harding, I don't trust him too.
No, you can't bash Wes Harding. The one game we really watched Wes Harding was the Panama game. And Tappa
on the 33s.
No, I can't count that. I'm not going to use that game there for judge him. I'm not going to use the Panama game for judge him. The first game, the Panama game, and he was left out. Then they put all that pressure on him.
Yeah, to be fair, he was left stranded out and he was being doubled up on as well. And it was set up for him. It's almost like the coach set him up. Like, Bridging, more you show up yourself right now, so I'm gonna have to pick you back, so I can go back with Alvas. I'm a big baller, Powell. I'm a big friend, Powell. Bridging, Tappa set him up in another game, honestly, because they were doubling up on him the entire game, and Tappa did nothing about it.
The entire Panama attack went down Jamaica right hand side of the defense. I swear to God.
With overloads in numbers. At B with Wizarding away. And from that, Tappa just as some know say Tappa don't understand ball game, because Tappa goodly say in my mind say, yo, Wizarding not good enough. And him never understand why Wizarding put in such a poor performance in that game, Him goodly never understand why, say, yo. And on the player's fault, you can't hold that against the player.
I wonder if Whitmore knows that the right-hand side has been Jamaica weak side for the past couple of years. I wonder if him actually, tactically knows that teams will press our right side.
Boy, the man them
Must
overload.
realize that majority
Because
of
if
the
he
games since the Saudi
honestly,
Arabia game,
if he
Dutch
did,
worry.
I don't think he would have started Leon on the right side if he knows that that would be
Mm.
our weak link. Because Leon is not good defensively.
Yeah, fair point. And no, but the entire as Qatar pointed out on the show, I'm going Arby's wanted to say something, but as Qatar pointed out on on coaches this the other night, the entire right side when you have Fisher, Haka and Bailey on one side of the pitch. I mean, the whole side there you can see is just a problematic. I mean, both going forward and especially defending as well. Arbis, you wanted to say something?
yeah, no, I was just saying, obviously, our defending from the right hand side, we've been exposed so many times. I think if you actually look at it from the Saudi Arabia game, I'm sure about 70% of the goals have come from that right hand side. Costa Rica, when Fisher just tried to kick out, I don't even know what he was thinking. Was it the last minute header that came from the right hand side, didn't it, against USA in the Gold Cup?
Yeah, was it right hand side?
No, sorry, the cross came from the left hand side, didn't it? But obviously it was the
Yeah,
right
left
hand
hand,
header.
Yeah.
Obviously the Japan under 23s, I'm sure they scored about 3 goals from that right hand side. Panama, obviously the header, Moore missed, and obviously Harding didn't come out to get out to close. That was from the right hand side. Costa Rica, I'm sure Costa Rica's first goal in the group state in the qualifiers. So
In the World Cup qualifiers,
yeah,
the Costa Rican goal.
God, that went.
Yes, it came. If memory serves right, it came down the right as well.
Yeah, Powell,
The pace started, with Powell, and boy, Alvarez Powell was a mess that game, man. An absolute mess. An absolute mess, man. God was on our side that Alvarez Powell did not concede more goals, did not cause more goals to be scored on us that game. All right. Hold on. This thing always keep on jumping. All right. So up next, we're gonna talk about. Do we need to talk about Aka? Have we said enough on Aka already?
Said enough, man. Said enough.
Yeah.
Vice captain.
The vibes master, man. The vibes master. I mean, yo, I never want to meet Zachariah. Up next, we're going to forget about Aka. Because I mean, there's nothing to even talk about, to be honest. Lamar Walker, I mean, good God. Lamar Walker stats no look too good neither, man.
Wow.
Yo, look at them stats here, man. Yo, them stats are dreadfully afraid. Yo, the man, what are the people? Look at Lamar Walker stats. The man touched the ball 15 times, The man makes 7 attempts, 7 passes the entire game, and made only 4, Possession lost 8 times out of the 15 touches, Good God have mercy. Yo, Lamar, Virgin, my excuse it, I'm say, yo, Lamar never up to speed with things and never up to speed with him teammates because at the first time I get a run out and him probably a little bit anxious, a little bit nervy and thing, but Virgin. Arby's, what you think about Lamar Walker?
Do you know what? It just makes me just think, when these lot are doing training sessions and you must concede quality in front of you, innit? You got Ravel, someone who could have been in that position last night. Cool. Lamar Walker, like he put himself about. He did give us a bit of energy, but look at the stats, man. Stats don't lie, bro. Like the passing, dreadful, man.
There's no other way to interpret this other than just a disastrous performance.
It's not. No, it
All
wasn't
right,
good
all
enough.
right. All right. I'm going to play devil's advocate in this, and I'm going to try to defend Lamar Walker. Probably never did get the ball because Javon what's the behind him. I don't know.
Now, to be fair, look, to be fair, he tried. I think Lamar Walker tried. To be fair, one of the 4 passes that, to be fair, now he attempted 7 passes, and one of the 3 that was not made would have been that beautiful cross into the box that caused America problems. So to be fair to him, his cross almost led to a goal. As I said, he was just not on the same page with his teammates.
Do you know when I would have subbed him? Do you know when I would have subbed him? You know, after Antonio. No. You know when Antonio's goal went in? Did you see the replay? He tried to kick it in and he miskicked the ball and fell over. I said, take him off after that, man. Take him off, man.
But even Antonio posted it on his IG, you know?
Yeah.
Antonio posted it on his IG, bro. That is so embarrassing.
Yeah,
big Instagram page, you depend now kick on this. Yo, that's a good point. That's a good point. But I know Lamar. One of the things that I found with Lamar as well too, he held on to the ball a bit too long.
Yeah.
There were times when boss, you just need to provide the linkage, show yourself, and receive the pass, and then let it go. And then I try to beat and I try to just keep it simple. I mean, Lamar Walker is a good young talent, good prospect for the future, but I don't think he should be in the team right now, to be honest. I don't think. Added to the fact, I mean, to be fair, he did, from a physical standpoint, he did try and hold his own, He did try and hold his own, but...
Yeah, as I say, he tried to put himself about there, but...
Yeah.
You know when you need that bit of quality to just open up and just get them passes through the channels, he's not the guy for it. And it's mind-blowing that Tappa's got Ravel sitting on the bench and you're starting Lamar Walker over Ravel. That's a disrespect.
Yeah, agreed. I watched Davis play for Canada and the dude was pure quality. What's going with Bailey? What's going on with Bailey? It's amazing. Look, even before the qualifier started, I said Davis was the best player in CONCACAF. And to me, it's not even close. It's not even close. I'm going to do some research on this. Can Jamaica appeal for the second goal? I'm going to do some research on that because I hear people talking about that and asking that as well. All right, so Lamar Walker, dreadful. Do we need to expound on Leon Bailey either? We kind of spoke on him as well. Yo, every game Bailey lose the ball 20 odd times,
What?
Every game. I mean, I think we said enough about Bailey. He has just been poor right through, man.
I understand creative players, they do lose the ball.
Yes, true.
Messi and De Bruyne and lose the ball more than anyone in Europe. But you know what? Watching the game last night, just off the eye test, there were so many times there was openings and Bailey could have made the simple pass, but instead he's either overhitting it or he's trying to take on a man again and then lose the ball and get tackled. So I feel like that's where those possessions lost gets counted up.
Yeah. 41 touches and you lose the ball more than half the times you touched it. I mean, I think that sums up in a nutshell. No key passes. I mean, he was 55% with accurate passes. This is another dreadful performance, man. Just absolutely dreadful. I mean, to be fair, he did attempt 10 ground duels contested, successfully contested 4. I remember that aerial duel that he went up for and he did win it. But Bala, you're making the team based on your name at this point in time, honestly. All right, so Bobby Reed, I mean, we spoke on him as well. Do we need to expound on Bobby Reed either? He was, mercy.
Let me see his stats.
To be honest, the run of play, generally speaking, I think it took a while for him to kind of grow into the game, but he grew into the game a little bit and was helping with some link-up play in the final third. But when you're the main reason why you concede a goal and then you miss a sitter as well,
you can see the nerves. The nerves probably got to him, innit? Because is that the no? That's not his first time playing in front of a crowd, is it? At the National Stadium.
No, I think he played Nations League as well, too, man.
Nations League, all right. So
Played Nations League as well.
but obviously making that early mistake didn't help him, especially off the back of having not a good performance on Friday. I feel like looking at them stats there, man, like especially like possession and key passes and actual passes, you could just see he kind of was hiding, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It looked like he was hiding, and especially after getting that chance, he must be beating himself up now with that.
Yeah, your team said it after the game. He basically disappeared.
Yeah,
Everybody said it after the game. He basically disappeared. And obviously, we don't even have to talk about the general, Mikel Antonio. You know, I mean, his stats aren't the best, but sometimes stats don't tell the full story. His impact on the pitch was just tremendous, man. Absolutely tremendous. I mean, he balled, man. Everything good for the Reggae Boys in this game revolved around him.
look at the ground jewels one, 4 out of 4.
Beast,
Brilliant, man.
beast,
And
beast.
he only got one shot as well yesterday. So again, it's just showing that we're not really providing many chances for him.
Yeah,
And we need
yeah.
a bit more. We need a bit more bite in the final third. We need to be releasing the ball and
His
pushing the play
conversion,
longer, quicker.
his conversion rate for the Reggae Boys is probably the highest conversion rate for any striker in any team in international
Yeah,
football, in a man. Seriously,
right.
because the goals that he scored, RBs, are basically him create them himself.
Yeah, that's right. Because the Panama game, I don't think he had a shot in that game. On Friday, obviously he had 2 shots. I remember he had that one that just went over, and obviously the goal.
Yeah.
And then yesterday he just had one shot, 1 goal. Yeah, this guy's man. He's a general, man. He is the
But,
general.
but even the other shot that went out in the El Salvador game as well, he was the one that took that from long out, from a long way out.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right.
One more thing on Antonio. There was one part of the second half when I think it was from a corner, and he just turned the US.
Yes.
This might have been Tyler Adams. And
Yes.
just drove through the channel.
Yes.
Like, I ain't got nothing against Shamar Nicholson, but Bolzer's not doing that.
Yeah.
Bolzer is not doing that, and that's the difference you're gonna get from Mikel or Antonio, man.
Mikel is a far more complete. I mean, added to the fact that he's just better quality in every department, but he's a far more complete player from a technical standpoint and from a technical know-how or footballing IQ standpoint as well.
Yeah.
So, there we go. I mean, there's no question who should be. I mean, Nicholson should not be playing over Mikel Antonio. Simple as that. Only Fisher on the field for like 2 minutes. We're not gonna talk about him because I mean you can't judge him.
He still managed to give away a free kick when he come on as well.
There you go. Grant came on the pitch, tried to I did, apply some stability. I think the middle looked a little bit more stable when Grant came on. Grant attempted 7 passes and successfully made 4 in 22 minutes, right? And Lamar Walker, even though Lamar Walker playing in a bit more advanced position, but Walker almost the entire game have the same passing stats as Grant. I mean, I don't know if me are the only person see something wrong with that. 10 touches? I mean, he did lose possession 4 times. Look, I think here's the thing with Grant, and I don't know what you have to say about him, Arbis, but Grant for me is not a good footballer in terms of his ability.
Yeah.
Where he makes up for it big time though is up here.
Yeah.
I mean, he is so intelligent.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think about his performance.
Yeah, he's the type of player, he can see the pass before the pass, if you know what I mean. But I know what you're saying. On the ball, IQ, like, I wouldn't trust him to make that final pass to put somebody through. Like, I don't think he's that guy. He's not someone who's going to dribble out of sticky situations. But the IQ to just be at the right place at the right time, closing up, covering the space, he's the perfect CDM. It's just a shame that we didn't find him 10 years. Well, we did have him 10 years ago. He was never been used, but it's a shame that he's not been a part of us. And you know what I mean? We could have been building something around him. So when we come into this World Cup period, it's certified that he's starting every single game. And you know what I mean? And we're working through him, and he's part of our. I lost my trail of thought. He's part of our spine.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I'm still advocating for Joey Desert, though. It's a damn shame Desert isn't in this squad. I can understand Kevin Stewart because he has had his injury issues, but Joey Desert is a million. He's better than Grant, and he is obviously a million miles better.
Yeah.
Than when name Haka. You know the crazy thing about it is my rate Prime Haka, you know. I'm a fan of Prime Haka. And even me right now, if you ask what him name again. Because I'm just dying for see him out of squad, man.
Yeah, man. Hacker in the 2 Gold Cups stint that got us to the final. He was a big player, man. But you know, when it's man, all players get to that time, man, when they get to that age, man, where it's just you have to just admit to yourself, like, you're not there no more.
Yeah.
You know?
Junior Flemings, we're not even gonna spend any time on Flemmer because 11 touches, lost possession 6 times. He never really. You saw him in the game when he came on.
He never added nothing to the game, man. To me, man, if he didn't score in the Gold Cup, I don't think he'd be a part of this squad. Like, I don't really know what he offers. You know what I mean? Like, Jamal Lowe plays in the same position as him, but he's not getting picked for some reason.
Yeah. Picking Flemmer over Jamal Lowe. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
And even Blair Turgott scoring hat tricks at a higher level. Yo, Virgin, our time now, man.
Nearly time, man.
Half an hour time the meeting. Guys, half an hour time the meeting will commence. I'm dying for 8 o'clock, man. Manning's man, me know, guys. I think Manning's man is doing a stream tonight. 9 o'clock, I think it starts. You guys are going to want to tune in for that because more than likely, Manning's will be able to give you some update as to, you know, what has taken place. Because you know, say, Manning's are Mr. Speed, a big friend, you know, man. And that me all tell Manning, I know say him read my message still there, but if there's nothing, you know, but me type in the comment section on him video say, Manning's tell your virgin say Tappa need to go. Tappa needs to go. All right.
So you see this meeting, is it actually happening at 8 o'clock, or are they announcing what's happened off the back of it at 8 o'clock?
From my understanding of it, the meeting is taking place at 8.
Okay.
8 o'clock in about half an hour's time.
So they might release more information for about a good half an hour after.
Here's the thing, though. I don't know if they're gonna be if it's a case where they're making recommendations or they have the final say. That I don't know. We just have to see how it plays out.
Who do you think would be who do you think is available now that could step in?
I know that Winfried Schaefer is interested.
So what they're looking to go? Do you think they'll go back for Schaefer?
I don't think so. And not unless he decides to take. I don't know if he will try and probably do it on a part-time basis. Yeah. I don't know what's the scenario there, but I do know that Winfried Schaefer thinks very highly of the current team. In terms of the current crop of players, he thinks very highly of them. That I know.
It's a shame he never got this crop of players.
Yeah. It's a real shame. Winfried Schaefer was the right coach at the wrong time, man. Came at the wrong damn time, man. The wrong damn time. All right, so let's not dwell on Flemmer because, and I'm a fan of Flemmer, but Flemmer, I think especially Flemmer, I think Flemmer is I think two things. One, Flemmer needs to play at a higher level to be able to up his game, and two, he needs to up his decision making, man. I think the only way Flemmer thrives in a Jamaica team right now, based on where he's currently playing, is if he's playing under a good manager.
There's rumors of him going to
France.
France.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it is. I'm not sure if it is a done deal just yet. But even before it came out from credible sources, I was hearing that top teams in France were not only heavily linked but also very interested in Junior Flemings. So hopefully it works out for him. I noticed that he has the French flag in his
Yeah, I
bio
did
on
see that.
Instagram.
Yeah,
I
see
don't
that.
know if that is kind of some sort of a confirmation that something has officially taken place there. But I know the clubs are very interested. Ravel, what you make of Ravel's performance?
Yeah, man, instant effect. Instant effect when he came on the right hand side, and you could see he was just twisting and turning Robinson, and tried to put a cross in, but was unsuccessful, but still managed to just control the game and just keep things calm, man, and not try and rush. You know what I mean? The play. Just, I think that someone with as Ravel's quality, do you know what I mean? He's smooth in transition. It's not like erratic.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came on, I mean, again, when he came on Friday, we just needed someone to just make that final pass, and he did it for Kamar Roof. I don't think Kamar Roof was just lost because he was through 1-on-1, and then turned back and make back the pass. And I don't know where or what land he was. I don't know.
You know what? You know what? I think the thing is, I think the fact that Tappa is playing the player out of position,
Yeah,
the uncertainty creates anxiety because the muscle memory isn't there to play the number 10 role. And so because of that, it creates uncertainty. And I think because of that, Kemar Roof wanted no parts of the game. He was hiding in the game.
That's right. And it was I was listening to you while you were doing the watch along, and I don't know who it was, but somebody was saying it's like playing Inzaghi in the tent. And I thought,
yes,
that's
a perfect
analogy.
I think Richard said it.
Yeah, it's a perfect analogy, man. You come on, man. You can't be, and I feel like he's just trying to just force a lot of that, not big name players, but players that he feels that's good enough into a system that's just never gonna work.
Yeah. Jordan, me I did have the argument upon something there, upon Manning's man show earlier today. Bailey's not. You can't call a player who scored 9 goals and 8 assists in one season in a top 5 league in Europe for an inconsistent team, and he didn't even finish the season. You can't call a player like that who is scoring 2 goals against. I mean, look how many times he played Bayern Munich and bust up the man them net.
That's what I'm saying. He scored a brace against them, man, in the Allianz.
More than once, he has scored a brace against Munich. So I don't know how dreading it. I mean, he's an average player for Jamaica, absolutely, but not. I mean, we know what the player can do. All right.
But you know what though? There are some players when they go to their country, I don't know what it is, but they just can't seem to perform. I remember Zlatan Ibrahimovic had that problem at Sweden for years. But obviously they always had other players who would make up for it, like Henrik Larsson and Sebastian Larsson and can't think of any other more players for Sweden at the time. But Sweden had a very good team. Andreas Sevesten used to be at Southampton as well, and Nicholas Alexanderson. And but Ibra, he just couldn't get going, couldn't score. And I think he scored a goal in the Euros against Italy, and he never looked back. Started scoring again. So I don't know if Bailey just needs a goal or just a moment to just get him going. I don't know if it's that, or I don't know if it's just being overwhelmed or just trying to do too much, just not keeping it simple.
Yeah. I've always said that I think, I mean, we're coming to the end now because I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I've always said that Leon Bailey is a form player. I've always said it. I don't know if that is why he needs a. It appears to me as though he needs a couple of games to get going, and he's never going to have that luxury with the national team. Leon Bailey needs to mature, you know. There's still maturing that needs to take place on Bailey's part, you know. There's still a lot of, we know the talent, but there's still inconsistency.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, it's true because we saw it from the Gold Cup and even to the performances from yesterday. It's just overdoing things. You know, you're doing step overs and you don't need to be doing step overs. You're doing, it's like, listen, Bailey, we know you got the skill, but just keep it simple right now, man. Like, this is, you know
And
what I mean?
and that's where I knock him. That's where the maturity comes in. If you realize after 2-3 plays that you're not beating players, fine. We know we have seen Leon Bailey run Bundesliga teams ragged. Even we have seen him do it even for in the Prem at Aston Villa. He had made some substitute appearances and just darting past players. But what I'm saying is, if you're not feeling it, if you must like, boss, this is where the IQ comes into play. 2-3 times that you realize you're not getting by a man, at that point in time you realize that you're not clicking. Just keep it simple. That's not, today is not going to be the game for you to be balling all out and dash them and all of them things there. You know,
the only benefit of the doubt I give him is the fact that I think he only had 2 games for Villa before coming out on international duty. He had the one when he came on against Arsenal, and then the start against Southampton. He's had 2 starts now.
2 starts and a half against Arsenal.
So half against Arsenal. So he started against Southampton and did he start against West Ham?
He started against West Ham, another dreadful game, man.
Yeah, so it was those 2 games, and yes, I feel like he's still finding his feet back after being out for a little while. So I don't know. I don't know if it's just me just trying to stick up for him in it, but it just literally he needs to step up though, innit? You know what I mean, he's got 2 months now until the next qualifier. So I'm hopefully, and obviously this is where it gets busy now with the Christmas period. So new manager, hopefully there's going to be a new bounce and he starts picking up a bit of form.
Yeah. Hopefully Gerard can handle the Prem. Because that's another thing to me tell people, you know, Aston Villa was not a good move for Bailey. When I met the talk on my channel, they nearly run me off from my own channel, you know.
Yeah, I didn't think Villa was a good move. I thought he should have waited probably another year and just done another year at Leverkusen.
But he would have been a free agent at the end of this season, and he would have had his pick of the lot as to where he would. I mean, every club would have wanted to sign Bailey at that point in time for free.
Yeah.
Every club.
That's true.
Every club.
I mean, which club would you have seen him at in the Premier League?
I honestly think he would thrive under Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
People gonna say that, you know, the competition is stiff, but honestly, I think that will do well for him. I think based on natural talent, Bailey, once given the chance at Manchester City, I think eventually he would find his feet and start and do well. I honestly think so. I know people will blast me and think I'm talking foolishness, but I think he would thrive in a system like that once he finds his feet and once he gets a chance. I think if he made a move to City, it could, even if it doesn't work out immediately, I think eventually a year or 2, it would be fantastic for him. Honestly.
I think either a West Ham or a Spurs. I'd say West Ham because West Ham like to use them inverted wingers. They have Jared Bowen and Yarmolenko, both left-footed, that play on the right. They like to cut inside, and Bailey loves doing that.
Yeah,
so I feel like that would have worked for him at West Ham, and obviously Tottenham as well. Obviously they like to use Mora. Obviously Mora's a bit more direct than Bailey, but I feel like Bailey would have given him a different dimension. So I think those 2 teams there. I think Villa. I think Man City. I'd have loved them to go Man City as well because, like, for the country as well, it's good exposure. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Having a big name player play for one of the biggest clubs in Europe. But yeah, like probably other people were saying to you, I don't know if the competition might have been a bit too stiff for him. But then again, that's something he probably needs as well. He needs competition, man, to keep him going. But I think the Villa move, man, I feel like they were so attached to Jack Grealish, and Grealish leaving, I feel like there's just hella pressure on him now to step up and kind of fill that void. And I don't know. I feel like when is it Bernd Traore? I feel like if he comes back anytime soon, Bailey might not see. He might have to hold bench for a little bit longer, you know.
To be fair though, I think Bailey is a better player than Traore, and I don't think it's close. So
No,
I'm not too worried about Bailey. I think once Bailey just finds his feet at Villa, I think he'll be all right.
yeah. I
I,
hope
I'm
so.
not concerned about Bertrand Traore. Bertrand Traore has nothing on Bailey.
The only thing is, Bertrand Traore had a good season last year.
Yeah, but you know why? I tell people this, you know. A lot of the Villa players last season looked better than they actually are in real life because of Jack Grealish.
Yeah,
The amount of attention Jack Grealish commands on the football pitch. He's attracting 2-3 players and getting by them. And that is just, you notice when Aston Villa play, all the time you saw a lot of space in their attacking third.
yeah.
That's
But
Jack
like Ollie
Grealish,
Watkins.
man.
Yeah.
So the players at Villa like a Traore, they had so much more room to operate in last season, and that room won't be there this season.
No, because there's no ball retention when not having a Jack Grealish up top. For me, Grealish was the best player in the league last season before he
Yeah.
got injured. He was
Yeah,
the best player.
I agree. And when I said that on coaches' decks, they nearly run me off to, you know, so I don't know nothing about Premier League football, you know.
What? Why? Who were they saying was the best player?
I heard all sort of names, you know. I don't remember, like I heard Fernandez, Bruno. Who else they were calling? So they were calling some
Bruno's
other names as well.
Bruno's Bruno's my baller, but he wasn't the best player last season. He had a good spell, a purple patch. He was in form for the majority, but for me, the best player week in week out was Jack Grealish. Like you couldn't get close to him, and it's not
Yeah.
like he can't take a tackle. It's not like he ain't got strength as well. He was holding players off him,
Yeah,
and do you know what? I think for last season was the first time he actually had an end product to his game as well. Where he
true.
was adding goals, he was adding assists. I'm just gutted as a Man United fan. We missed out on him.
Yeah,
Gutted.
yeah. And you know, even though his end product improved last season, there were still times when he held on to the ball a bit too long.
Yeah,
He would
that's
dribble
true.
down the whole pitch, and he's
Yeah,
like, bro, all right, make the final pass. The final pass is there now, make it.
yeah,
And he's still trying to dribble
yeah,
past the last one or something. Yeah, man. But you know, guys, I really enjoyed this live tonight. You know, it was a very good live, and unfortunately, we couldn't. It wasn't a live dissecting a winning Reggae Boys performance. You know, a thief in referee. You know, should we? Let's not even talk about that. But yeah, guys, I really enjoyed the live tonight. Thanks to the panelists that jumped on. You know, DJ Arbis, right, jumped on as well. You follow me on Instagram too, don't?
yeah.
Because I always see on Instagram, like you, because I think I follow you as well. So your pictures like come up in my feed, and I like them and so forth and so forth.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, I tagged you in when I was at West Ham versus Brentford.
Yes, I remember that.
Videos.
Yes, I remember that. I like that one as well too.
Yeah.
So, you know, thanks to the commenters as well for jumping on. For commenting in the chat, you know. As always, man, your comments is much appreciated. You know, it's difficult to read all of them and pay attention to all of them. But we try as best as possible to highlight as much as we can. Right? And of course, those who view silently as well. You know, watch the video, watch the stream, but they don't comment. Big up to you guys as well. So, guys, stay safe. Take care. Thanks for joining us tonight. By the way, 8 o'clock, guys. 8 o'clock. Big, big, big day in Jamaica's in our nation's football in history, man. Trust me. Big, big, big day. So look out for Mannings, man, a little later on as well. So guys, stay safe, take care, and until next time.